Okay, so last time, the party decided to exact their revenge against the revenants of Argynvost Holt. Traveling to the keep, um, Zenzo is very interested in a certain statue out front, but was dissuaded. Um, as soon as you came in, as soon as Asuka specifically entered the keep, um, the revenants appeared and began to attack. Went through a couple of rounds of combat, and another revenant came down the stairs and seemed to help you, um, slashing at and casting some spells on the other revenants. He later revealed himself, after you dispatched the revenants, he revealed himself to be Sir Godfrey Gwillem, and he was seeking to light the beacon of Argynvost Holt to free himself and the revenants from their uh, curse of being held here. So he fast tracked you upstairs, and you met his former lover Vladimir, who had lost himself mostly. And a few rounds of combat happened. Mitsa used the sun sword. Mitsa placed the sun sword into the brazier to light the light the keep, and Mitsa felt the sun sword being tugged out of her hand by the brazier. On a roll, she allowed the sun sword to be pulled from her hand. It clicked into place into the brazier and illuminated the keep of Argynvost Holt, shining a massive bright light, the likes of which you have never seen come from the sun sword previously. Once this happened, you saw Godfrey and Vladimir sort of shed their spectral forms, looking to be attractive young men once again. They thanked Mitsa for her assistance and told her that they appreciated the sacrifice of her weapon and wanted to help. They flew into a rapier on Mitsa's side, and that's where we'll pick back up.
Ro
So
talked to the
Mitsa,
dragon.
oh yes, 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 that's correct. Ro talked to the dragon, who I don't know if we mentioned, but the dragon's name was Argynvost Holt.
Hmm, no, we hadn't.
Okay, yes. So the dragon's name was Argynvost Holt. Really, it was a shade of the dragon. The dragon was also killed, but freed by the beacon being illuminated once more. The dragon used the last vestiges of its power to reclaim something that was lost to Ro, restoring her dark gift of the etheric, now known as her draconic gift of the etheric. And that is where we'll pick back up. Mitsa, you
Hmm.
notice on your rapier to the side, it's very different now. You notice that it doesn't have a blade. When you go to look at it, you see a the pommel is a pink pommel with a heart filigree motif around it.
Fitting, dear Mitsa.
Fabulous.
Did you grabbed it, Mitsa?
Hmm.
As you grab it, a pearlescent white rapier blade shoots forth from it.
Oh, well, that's as fast as in most.
Ah,
Mitsa, you can add the lover's rapier to your inventory, and check that out.
Okay.
Freezing?
Rapier.
Rapier.
Yeah.
Is that what I said? Rapier?
Yeah. I don't see it.
It should be on there. For home, I made a homebrew item for it.
Let me double check that I have Homebrew enabled.
Yeah, that is important.
I,
Ah, I did not. Okay.
Oh, and we found a book last time.
Yes, we found
I
the
have a
book, The
book.
Lore of LaRue.
A book that I'm scared of. because I have PTSD from the spa.
I think
Understandable.
I think we all do. Except for Zenzo. Ignorance is bliss.
Fix doesn't either. Fix wasn't there, was he?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Were you able to get the weapon pulled up, Mitsa?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
You wanna tell people what it does, or do you want them to find out otherwise?
Alright. So I'm just gonna start from the top because this is a lot. Okay. The weapon initially appears as a pink pommel with a heart filigree motif. When the person attuned grasps the pommel, a pearlescent white blade springs forth. If you're proficient with rapiers, you're proficient with the lover's rapier. You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, which deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage. When you hit an undead target with it, that target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. This rapier has 6 charges and regains 1d4 plus 2 charges each dawn. Upon using these charges, you gain access to the following spells. For 3 charges, Warding Bond. The spell wards a willing creature you touch and creates a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends. While the target is within 60 feet of you, it gains a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws and has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. The spell ends if you drop to 0 hit points or if you and the target become separated by more than 60 feet. It also ends if the spell is cast again or on either of the connected creatures. You can also dismiss the spell as an action. For 4 charges, Blinding Smite. The next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares the bright light and the attack deals an extra 3d8 radiant damage to the target. Additionally, the target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw DC 17 or be blinded until the spell ends. A creature blinded by the spell makes another Constitution saving throw at each of their turns, and successful saving is no longer blinded. Or for all 6 charges, Invulnerability. You are immune to all damage until the spell ends. When expending charges to cast invulnerability through this weapon, you may target yourself or a party member. Expending all charges in this way consumes the spirits empowering the rapier, rendering it a +2 rapier with no further benefit. Holy
God
shit.
damn.
Right?
That sounds borked.
It's pretty fucking borked.
Not complaining, but
Yeah.
That's gonna be amazing.
Hit it in such a way that the blinding smite you can really only use it once a day, but you know, I think it's very, very good.
so
yeah,
should we
It is.
should we just go beat up Strahd now then?
No. Though he probably knows we're around thanks to that fucking beacon we just lit.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a thing.
Oh yeah.
We definitely let him know where we're at. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's daylight, so he would not dare come to us.
Daylight, where you're at, yes.
So we're safe.
Doesn't mean he can't stand outside.
Does that extend all over to Barovia as well, by the way?
Haven't left this area yet, you're not sure.
Okay. Well, Ro, did you have a nice conversation with the dragon?
I did. He appreciates what we did.
So, should we take a look around the rest of the castle, see what we can find? Maybe something will aid us in our quest?
I doubt
Always
there's...
one for completeness.
Yeah, I doubt we're gonna run into anything too problematic.
Alrighty, I'll go take a look at the southern wing. We haven't really explored the top portion of the castle either, but...
You got fast-tracked up there for expediency's sake.
Right.
Ro doesn't really trust things and is staying right with Oscar, just in case.
Not do that from outside.
Don't worry, Ro, I'll protect you from all furniture.
Says
there's
the
so much
man
left.
who I kept alive last week. But sure, we'll worry about the
From
furniture.
wraiths, not furniture. I was getting fingered. You were getting splinters.
Oh.
Is that how it is?
I mean, maybe.
Alright, you're nope stick. It's a grumpy cat holiday one that's adorable. Okay, sorry.
I just realized.
So what do I see when I walk into this apparently ruined wing?
So when you walk into this area, what you see, rubble is strewn around much of this vast chamber, caused by the partial collapse of the rooms above it. On the pink marble floor, fallen chandeliers lie amid broken chairs and other furnishings. Thick webs stretch from wall to wall, and moving across them are too many giant spiders to count.
Nope.
Motherfucker.
Nope!
I'm not going in there. That's a big land of nope.
There's a spider.
No!
Oh!
Ro is already gone. Just no. You heard nope, and then this bitch is gone.
So you
I
say,
hate spiders!
Meets and Oscar, are you hanging around?
I was waiting until Oscar left.
I just kind of like look at everything there, and I'm just kind of like start backing up little by little, back to the door.
Did you take out
Hell
Lola?
no.
The spiders start looking at you and chittering.
Nope, fuck you. Close
I'm
the doors.
just going to lock door.
We're gonna pour gasoline outside the building, and we're gonna light it on fire.
Are you sure you want
Anybody
to
have
keep?
a flamethrower? I mean, a fire spell.
Are you sure you want to keep exploring after that?
It can't be that much
Can't be
worse.
kind of everywhere.
I know. You know what? Let's think about it, because hey, maybe there's a nest of spiders. But anyway,
No.
I'm just gonna walk over here now. I want to go take a look at the not the temple, the kind of like this church area where we found the race originally.
Holler if
Okay.
you need it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm
Chittering.
safe here.
Where are you?
Tim chimney, tim
There you are.
chimney, tim chimney.
There's two of you now.
Now there are two of them. Skipping up the pond.
They're
Alright,
multiplying. It's electrifying.
In the chapel, you see the chapel. This was where the
Race originally ganked
you
me.
met the revenants in here the first time. You do see that this does appear to be a chapel to some deity. If anybody, two people can give me a religion check if they would like.
I've got a +4
Am I
on
proficient
religion.
in that?
I'm
I have
proficient.
a plus.
YOLO.
I have
Oh
a
wait,
plus
don't I get a
five.
+1 on my skill on the roll for it too, thanks to Oscar?
No, that's just saving throws.
Fix got it.
Well,
6 + 6 to religion fix.
That's four.
Yep.
mine's
God,
+4,
that's
but
holy shit.
apparently my dice are as awake as I am right now.
Alright, so Fix, you are able to determine, based on things that you've heard in your time in Barovia, that this is a chapel to the Morning Lord.
The Morning Lord.
We've ran into a discussion of
Early
him
rising.
before.
As in morning or morning?
Like first thing in
Morning,
the day.
Morning Lord, like that.
Like mourning as in crying for dead people, or mourning as in the
As
sun's
in
rising?
first thing in the day.
I typed it in chat so you could see it to clarify.
The Morning Lord.
I hate English. English is bullshit.
As a former English major,
gonna
I
tell.
agree.
Anything of value that we can see here?
Let me see, is there anything of value in here? No, but actually I forgot, there's a couple bits of this room that are not revealed. There is some staircases.
You
So
said
you-
that
you
and it
do
made
see
me
your-
nervous.
More spiders!
No.
Yeah.
All right, let's go up. I'm gonna check upstairs. Hey, everybody, I'm gonna check upstairs really quick.
I've got your
It's all good.
back, don't
I will
worry.
go with you.
so going upstairs, top of the so if you go up a little bit, I've revealed part of the upstairs.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
It's a big map.
Yeah, I noticed.
What-
All right, so up here, let me tell you what you see. So you come to the chapel balcony. This wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel. An exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end between two doors, and narrow archways lead to spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons.
Well, I suppose it's a good thing Alexander isn't
I
here.
was-
He'd be trying to
I was
steal the
literally
chandelier.
about to- I was literally about to say that it's like, Alexander would be trying to steal everything.
It's not that. They're all dead.
How long did we carry around paintings from the last house he raided?
Oh my fucking god.
Like I said, then it's not stealing if they're all dead.
It's true.
It was grave robbing.
Pilfer. Check this room over here.
Okay. Reveal tool. Okay, so you see this will open kind of a main hallway here. Give me just a sec. Okay, so what you see here, to the south, kind of right where you're at, you see a little alcove with a red velvet curtain hanging in front of it. It ripples ever so slightly.
Look
You
behind
know-
it.
Hmm?
Look behind it.
Okay.
So, looking behind it, you see a black cloth that covers something atop a white marble pedestal.
I'll remove the cloth.
Beneath the black cloth is the severed head of. You see the severed head of yourself, Asuka, staring back at you.
Hey guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because I'm kind of freaked out by what I'm seeing.
Pro
I
is
see the same.
slowly pulling out her axe, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
You each see your own heads beneath it.
I'm seeing my head on
I
this
see
pedestal.
mine.
Wait, what do you mean you see yours? I can clearly see mine.
That's my head.
Does anybody else see something different?
I look cute.
Okay, that's
I look cute.
that answers the question. Can somebody identify what's doing this?
I could see if there's a spell, but
Did you want to cast Identify?
make sure I have it. I have a couple characters. I want to make sure I have identify on.
I don't have anything to.
I do. I can. Have you touched it? Make sure
I haven't
everything's
touched
closed.
it. I haven't
Touch
touched it.
Touch
No,
it.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Well, I don't want to touch it.
Can anybody check for traps?
I'm not very good at this.
This is
Could be
not a-
physical traps. Maybe.
Okay, way back.
Can I kind of inspect around the podium, see if I can find anything, any runes or anything?
I mean, you see the marble pedestal around it. Give me an investigation check to see if you can find any like magical glyphs or anything. Nah, you don't see anything.
What's the worst that can happen? I move up and I kind of inspect around what appears to be my head.
Are you touching it?
Yes. I
As you
poke
touch it, it feels cold like stone.
Okay, you didn't die. I will now cast identify.
That's. Oh, you couldn't have done that beforehand.
I didn't want to die. You so good at taking hits. Are you not? Do you disagree with the statement?
No.
So you're casting Identify, Zenzo?
Yeah, it's ritual.
Alright, so is anybody doing anything in the 10 minutes while Zenzo's doing the ritual dance?
Well, I guess
Hang on
so.
a second. Hang on. Nope, that's it. Sorry, I was thinking about enhance ability, so
Since
good
he's
to
ritual
cast on
casting it,
Zenzo.
it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
not
not
gonna do anything.
gonna be a check, so that won't
Yeah.
be needed. Good thought
It
though.
just it just works. That's
Well,
like magic.
I was reading, so I had to make sure.
So
What?
Zenzo with a if nobody was somebody gonna do something? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna keep exploring while Zenzo ritual casts.
Okay, just for the sake of expediency, we'll say it goes off. Zenzo, you get a ping of very powerful illusion magic from this.
Is there a certain spell? Because it identifies a spell if a spell is being cast.
There is not a specific spell.
Okay.
What you would get, you'd feel this sort of pang in your gut as you identify it. You feel that this is a calling card of Strahd.
Ew.
Oh.
Do I see my head?
You do see your head. Everybody
Oh.
sees their own heads.
If I touch it, is it like physical or just my hand pass through it?
It feels like a cold stone object when you touch it.
Oh, okay.
Can I pick it up?
Oh shit. Yeah.
I'm backing up.
It's very heavy.
Okay.
How heavy is very heavy?
Probably a good 200 pounds.
Holy shit. How big is it?
The
Just-
size of your head.
Size of our head?
Yeah.
I open up the bag of holding and throw it in there.
Okay. So you can put illusory head in your bag of holding. Weighs 200 pounds.
Ro just kind
It
of
might
lean
come in
over.
handy, you never know.
Wait,
Roll-
how much?
200 pounds.
You can carry that?
In the bag of holding?
Oh. Okay.
It's the bag of holding has 500 pounds. Yeah.
So let's use half of it for this. Yes.
Ro will just lean over to Meets and go, is that really necessary?
I'm gonna go look behind the other
No.
curtain.
But
You're
it's
looking-
not touching anything.
You're looking behind the other curtain. You said, Alexander or Zenzo.
Yeah.
Alright, so you see a red velvet curtain that hangs in front of that alcove northeast of the wall. You said you're looking behind it?
Yes.
I've asked that a few times, I'm sorry. The alcove is empty, except for the narrow windows and the black wall.
Oh, okay. Fix, come here.
Hi.
I'm not blind, right? There's nothing in here?
I don't see anything.
Like, poke my rapier in there, just like, see if there's something inside that I can't see.
You start poking at the air.
Okay.
Ro leans around the corner and just watches this happening. Okay, everyone here's lost their fucking mind.
Are you still there, Zenzo?
I'm gonna regroup up.
Alright, as you turn around and regroup, you hear a little scritching sound.
Like a spider?
No, like a curtain closing.
Oh, like closed automatically?
Mm-hmm. If you look back, the curtain's closed as you walk away.
I'll open it up again.
It's open.
Fix, you look at that, and I'm gonna turn around.
I'm gonna go to another dimension, am I?
Hopefully not.
I mean, if you're just sitting in front of it, it's gonna stay open.
Yeah, I'll
Alright.
stay here.
I kind of
Alright,
want
now,
to tell you
Fix,
to
you turn around.
step into the curtain and shut it behind you and see what happens, but I think that's a bad
No.
idea.
I think
I'm
Fix
not-
just volunteered.
I'm not there, so I can't say anything, but
Do you want to close yourself behind the self-closing curtain?
Kinda.
famous last words.
Fix, if I go away, you're here, right? You'll tell the
Yeah.
others?
Ro can see this, like she's leaning around this corner watching this fuckery happen.
Alright. I'm gonna go and just close the curtain behind me.
You've closed yourself behind a curtain.
Fix, are you still out there?
I'm gonna like move a little bit, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Hand under the curtain, just to like feel his feet, just to like touch him.
Stop that. Stop it.
It
Yep,
tickles me.
Zenza's
Stop
feet are
it.
there.
He's like, yeah, I'm totally here. Yeah, I'm totally here. You're good. You're good.
All right. Well,
You have
This-
discovered the self-closing curtain.
yeah, that's what it seems like.
Not everything's a puzzle.
I don't expect everything to be a puzzle.
I just don't expect
Just
a curtain to close itself.
I just expect the puzzles to be puzzles.
DM
Should I
says,
take some
"Quit
cloth
fucking
home?"
around."
I'm enjoying it. It's dumb.
That's basically this party in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It's D&D parties in a nutshell.
Chick-fil-A judged.
What?
Yeah, sorry. Had to get my hate chicken.
I step into this lower room.
Fried.
I'll read
Well, the lower room is. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like down the stairs.
Which room?
Southern room.
Okay.
It's gonna be a big hole.
Falls.
Spiders. Ro looks at
Yeah,
that,
and you
looks
fall
over the
right
railing,
on
realizes
the
where
floor.
she is, and just goes, "Nope, not fucking doing this today."
There's spiders in there.
So, what you see here, you see the south end of this room has collapsed, exposing the chamber to the elements. A few furnishings lie broken under the fallen debris from the level above.
Yep, this place is broken. Doesn't seem to be anything in here though. I'm gonna check the back in the hallway and then check this other room.
Okay.
I'll open the door before I step in.
Okay. As you do that, it is part of the same room.
Neat.
So, busted
Is there
up
fire?
floor. It looks like these used to be a bedroom.
Really, I'm starting to think there's not enough here to make it worth wandering around.
Is there anything of value that I can see?
In this room, no.
Womp.
I honestly don't know if there's any treasure in here. I don't remember. So we're
Oh.
going on that journey together.
Oh, come with Mitza and we'll take a look at the northern rooms.
Come with me, son, and she'll show you.
Are you going to the
See?
left one first, or I guess this other one's a hallway. I should have revealed that.
Ah. Well, then.
So are you going to the left room or the right room?
Oh, I guess I'll follow Mitza to that one.
Left room. So what you see here? Reveal.
Fix is still playing with the curtain.
I want to like grab my hand and like tear a little piece of and take it with me.
So in this room, what you see here are. Oh shoot, lost it. The contents of this room are draped in cobwebs. Between curtained windows stands a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistledown hair. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble dragons. Across from the double doors stands a tall wardrobe, its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is an overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
Can I look at inside the wardrobes then?
Yes, inside the wardrobes you would find very elegant clothes. They're a bit tattered, but these are obviously worn by somebody very important.
Can I try to push the clothes out of the way? Check inside.
You do not see anything else inside other than clothes.
Check under the bed.
Sure.
There is more cobwebs.
Ugh.
Spiders. Can I look
Little
at
baby ones.
I'm just entertained by the cattail like rubbing on your shoulder.
I know.
I am so immune to her at this point.
This girl literally forces her way into my lap for attention when she wants it.
Chonky, so cute.
Gina
You
doesn't
can
know.
ask Oscar how Mooney was being during stream today. Come on.
And Eli, did you say you were looking at something else? I'm sorry.
Looking out the window. I think that's a window.
Yes. You see. You like see. You see the grounds of the keep. You see the dragon statue out front. All that good stuff.
Okay. Then to the hallway.
Okay.
Why am I leading? I shouldn't do that.
Why not?
I'll lead.
In this room, you see two beds with torn canopies that stand against opposite walls, with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace black with soot.
Just another room. Take a look over here in this hallway.
Okay. Reveal. Boop. 2 doors on either side.
Take the left one.
Left one. Okay, give me 1 sec.
You're
here.
bold, just dashing into the room.
I overdid it. I overdid it. It was. I just went to like stand next to the door to open it.
Are you trying to put Mama back to sleep, little girl?
Okay.
You're sleeping, Mom.
As you stand here, Asuka, you feel a burst of magic erupt.
Oh fuck! I triggered a trap, didn't I?
Yes. You see, as you step here, you see from the floor a wall of stone covers the door from the floor to the ceiling.
Now I really want to get into this room.
Would I have seen this go off?
See the spell go off?
Yeah.
If you were standing there, you would have.
Can I counterspell?
It's not being cast; it's a trap. Can you counter? I don't know if you can counterspell traps. Can you?
Depends on how it's set up, but it's up to you.
No, I don't think I can. It's a creature in the process of casting a spell.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just like imbued into the floor, basically.
Hey guys, I seem to have triggered a trap. This wall of stone just popped out and covered this door. Anybody have
Stone
anything?
breaks.
I mean, yeah, but do we have anything that can break it?
Your head?
Well,
She has a point.
I'm not
Roll
gonna
me a-
bash. I'm not gonna bash my weapons against this. It's just
Jinx.
gonna.
Can you drill a hole in it?
Drill a hole? Do I have anything for that?
I figured you
I
have.
can start chucking fireballs at it.
Well, you have tools. I figured maybe you had a tool that could drill a hole in it.
Tools. Not really, just
does Callie
thieves'
have
tools.
any
I have a
low-level
crowbar,
spells?
a hammer.
Maybe Callie has something to weaken it, like mushrooms.
And stone.
I don't think mushrooms can weaken it. I have. Let's see what I have.
What about that vial of
I don't know if cold works on stone.
You don't know
Say
about
if
that,
you-
Zenza, do you?
I was gonna say if you can freeze a stone, you might be able to break it because it's brittle.
As you guys are discussing this, the wall of stone vanishes.
Oh, fucker.
Oscar's face.
I approach it again.
I mean, you were standing on it the whole time, weren't you?
No, he stepped away.
Yeah, I stepped away.
You are still on the trap square, sir. So you've been standing on the trap square the whole time.
So Mitza and I are on the trap square.
Yeah, you've stayed on it.
Okay. So it's gone now though.
Yep, it vanished.
When he stepped off?
No, just after 10 minutes.
Oh.
We discussed how to open this door for 10 minutes.
I believe we would have.
Who are we? Critical role?
I know,
I mean,
right?
it's a complete and total, like, Monty Python situation.
I just got to the episode where they spent 20 minutes trying to open a door, so.
Oh no! Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna open the door, and I guess we don't have anybody that can check for traps, so YOLO.
Wait, not nobody.
Too late
Yeah,
now.
nobody.
So, as you step in here, tattered and faded drapes cover the windows of this circular room, and empty torch sconces line the walls. Broken bunk beds and armor stands are strewn on the floor.
I step closer to the center, and I'll take a look and see if there's anything that looks interesting, stands out, anything at all.
Give me an investigation check.
Hold on. No, I'll just. I should have rolled.
No, you don't see anything. Is there anybody else who would like to check?
Is there
This is a-
any secrets you could possibly find in
I'll
this
step
room?
outside. I'm like, it just looks like a really broken down room, guys. Sorry.
I'll help.
Thank you.
Alright, Zenzo, give me an investigation check.
You guys are wasting your time. There's nothing there.
Okay, Zenzo. So as you
Sure,
are looking around, you see they're buried underneath some wreckage. There's a small wooden coffer.
Oh.
Inside the, do you open the coffer?
Yes.
Ask me to open it if you really want to.
I will make sure it's not trapped.
Okay. How are you making sure it's not trapped?
Looking at it?
Okay, so just visually inspecting.
Yeah, I'll like crack it open if I can see something in it without like breaking a string or causing something to explode.
As you crack it open, it explodes. Just kidding.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Inside.
Can't trust any of its furniture.
I hate it here.
So inside, you see 4 vials of a potion. You see a kind of a thick liquid that looks almost like liquid metal inside.
Ooh. I'm like twisting it in my hand.
Mercury poisoning anyone?
Can I
Fix your-
investigate what kind of potion it would be? I am proficient.
I'm gonna check.
If you can't, I can always cast a magic thing.
You guys are wasting your time. There's literally nothing in there.
Asuka, I'm holding something.
Never mind. I'm blind then.
What kind of check should I make for that?
Arcana. You're trying to discern what magical properties this has.
Arcana. Not bad. 17?
That's enough. So Fix, with your especially with your knowledge of potions, you would be able to easily identify these as 4 potions of invulnerability.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
I need one of
You're-
these.
Oscar,
shit!
you're right. There's nothing here. There's nothing here.
We don't
Go
tell
check
the, others,
the other
right?
room. Go check the other room. Okay, Zenzo, we're just gonna keep this to ours.
Okay, that's a good idea.
We're gonna
Oh,
shit.
really? You're going
Right
to
there.
do what now?
Pizza's right there.
Fuck you, Fix. Zenzo said he found something. Now you have to tell me what it is.
We don't have
Nah,
to
keep
do it.
going, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
call
potions
dibs
of
on
in-
one of these.
While they're divvying up their ill-gotten gains, I'm gonna
Bill!
inspect this this tile because I'm scared that it's gonna trigger another trap.
As you step on it, the wall of stone goes from floor to ceiling.
Shit.
You stepped on it.
I just go. I step back and I wait 10 minutes.
After 10 minutes, the wall would fall down.
I walk in there again.
So,
If-
Fix, you and I are holding on to 2 of these right now? We'll discuss
Sure.
it later. Mitsu, you got a cool sword. You
Don't need this.
Yeah, potion of invulnerability, resistance to all damage for a minute. So very nice.
Jesus Christ, that's really
Yeah,
good.
no, fucking
We're
shit.
saving that for final encounter.
Uh-huh.
Or if shit really hits the fan.
Yeah.
Mitsu's got the ultimate oh shit button. She has a level 9
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
At one
Never thought-
time, but yes.
Never thought the rogue would have a level 9 spell.
Not a damn bit.
She is not impressed, but I just picked up the baby.
Yeah.
Aw.
BRB.
Okay.
So DM, what do I see?
In the next, or in this room, you see the room is littered by the wreckage of ancient bunk beds. 5 dirt-caked windows allow for precious little light to enter, and between them are 4 empty armor stands. Empty torch sconces also line these walls.
Do you
Empty
need
torch
help
sconces?
investigating?
You know what? Yes. I can't see anything. Is there no light? Is there no light from outside?
Yeah, I mean, there's windows, so the
I'll
room is
open
not
up
like
the
pitch black.
I'll open up the curtains if there's
Now
any.
that there's actually real daylight.
Yeah, I mean, it is darker in here because the windows are pretty dirty, but it's not like pitch black or anything.
Okay. So I'll take a look around. I'll investigate what I can find.
You and Ro can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
I'm not investigating anymore.
Apparently, neither am I.
Oh, fuck. Oh, we lost
There
whatever was
went
in
the
that
other
room.
4 potions of invulnerability.
You guys see dirt on the wall. You see like a bug crawl across the
Dirt
floor.
on the wall.
No, there's nothing in here either, you guys.
Huh. For some reason, I believe you this time.
Don't waste your Don't waste your time. Don't even go in there. There's literally just like broken beds. Nothing, absolutely nothing else.
Okay, that's
You know-
this floor.
Can I go upstairs?
That fucking
Are there any
noise,
big rooms?
Trey.
Yes.
Third.
You know, yeah, let's go upstairs. Oh god, that scared me for a hot second.
Oh, this is the entirety of the 3rd floor.
Is it really? That's it?
I don't know. I don't know how
There's
to
like
get down.
there was like 3 towers.
There was rats there.
So
Wait, are
you
we
guys,
coming up one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, we were already
you
in
would
this
be-
room.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Be,
Oh look, there's a ton of other ones over here.
Yeah, you'd be like in this hallway.
Okay, so moving character.
Wait, where am I supposed to be?
Go,
Oh,
and
look
this-
south.
Does that work? Okay.
I checked the door for traps.
Okay. Are you?
I don't know where I'm going.
Give me a perception check.
You'll have to zoom all the way out, Mandy, to see it. It's down towards the bottom.
8.
Okay.
Okay. You don't see any traps.
Okay, try to open the door.
Alrighty. Let me get over here. Okay. Boop boop boop. You open this door and you see, this room has darkwood paneling on the walls that rises to a height of 3 feet. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with murals of religious figures performing holy rites. In the center of the west wall is a tattered curtain hanging in an open doorway. 3 tall, slender stained glass windows set into the opposite wall depict figures in white robes with orange sunrises behind their heads.
How's it looking in there, Mitsa?
Much the same as the other areas. It seems a bit dirty. Can I inspect the tapestry?
Yes. So, are you just looking at it?
Poking it, moving it.
It would freely and easily move if you wanted to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, boop. Opening
Ah.
it, what you see the room. You see a room with a tiled floor and an iron bathtub filled with debris from the collapsed roof. A torn curtain hangs in an open doorway in the center of the east wall, which is the one you just opened.
Well, this is a ruined bath. Oscar, what about the door there?
I'll go next to the door and I'll try to investigate and see if there's any traps or anything in there.
Give me a perception check.
I'm rolling from now on. Fuck these. 13 plus 1, 14.
What's the +1 for?
Investigation.
Oh, just your. Oh, gotcha. You don't. Yeah, you don't see any traps.
Okay, I'll open the door.
Oh my
You
fucking
don't
god.
see them.
Hallway.
I am a goddamn.
Just another hallway, guys.
Are you sure?
I mean, it's a hallway. What?
What? What do you mean, what? There could be axes hidden in the wall.
I'm walking away, Zenzo.
I forgot I had my stone of good luck, so I should have been getting another +1 to all my bonus ability checks and saving throws.
It should automatically apply if you have.
You think I actually remember to equip it? That's cute.
I'll
Well,
check
if it's
for
not
this.
equipped, then it's not on.
I'll check this door.
Okay. I don't think there's any traps on these doors, so you're good.
Okay.
All right, so you see, most of this chamber has collapsed. The wooden floor is strewn with rubble and falls away into a foggy abyss to the south. The roof overhead is jagged and broken.
Huh. Well, another broken room.
Same for this one too.
And a couple of other broken rooms. Can we make it across this hallway right here, or do we have to go around?
That's just debris on the floor.
All right, I'll go ahead and head over here, and it looks like there's something on this hallway to my left.
Yes.
Ooh, fancy.
You come to, in here, the west wall of this 50-foot long, 30-foot wide audience hall has crumbled, leaving a gaping hole in a pile of rubble. Weapons and shields that once hung from the walls have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. A large wooden throne, carved to resemble a dragon with unfolding wings, faces 3 tall windows to the west. And that's what you see.
Any of the weapons or shields good anymore?
Let me see.
I want to sit on the throne.
Okay, you sit on the throne.
Is it comfy?
I mean, you guys have cleansed this place, otherwise several things would have already attacked you by now.
Lovely.
So it's not comfy?
I mean, all the weapons in here are, they are just fucked, basically. They're rusted out.
Anything else of value we can find near the throne or anything?
This was where Vladimir was, and he did have a +2 weapon, but that power is fueling Mitsa's weapon now.
Got it.
His everything became the spirit housed in Mitsa's weapon.
Even that beautiful looking armor. Oh well.
Yep.
Well, that's why I can give someone a +1 to AC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's check this northern rooms, I guess.
Okay.
I think we're almost done.
Alright, so get to that fireplace there. So as you come into this room, you see through the dust and cobwebs a faded war banners adorning the walls of this spacious chamber, in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table. An iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. Slumped in 5 of the chairs are not skeletal humanoids because they've been cleansed.
Yay.
Boring.
That's all. This was where Godfrey came downstairs from.
Got it. Take a look at this room right here. It seems to lead to something.
Okay. In this room, you see that it is a haven for dust and cobwebs. 3 narrow windows allow slivers of light to illuminate bare oak shelves along the walls and a torn, padded chair lying on its side near a cavernous hearth. A picture above the mantel has been slashed, its lower half hanging down below the frame like a torn piece of flesh. An iron door set into the south corner of the west wall hangs open on one hinge.
What about the door in front of me?
Oh yeah, this one. That is a closet. You see a dusty closet with a slender window set into the north wall. The room is otherwise empty.
Nothing in there? Wow. Okay.
They already came out. gosh.
There
I
were
think
some
all of
skeletons
us-
in the closet.
I think all of us have already come out of our respective closets, so doubt we're gonna find anything in there.
Can I open these doors?
Yes. This door you see. This room once served as a bedchamber for Sir Vladimir Horngard and Sir Godfrey Gwillem. You see a bear and a dire wolf. Excuse me, two stuffed animals, a bear and a dire wolf. They are stuffed and they are harmless. There's a chest that looters ransacked long ago. Nothing's left inside.
Looters got this far and actually survived. Surprising.
How big and heavy are the stuffed animals?
They are the size of a bear and a dire wolf because they are a stuffed bear and a stuffed dire wolf.
Taxidermy!
That makes sense.
Can we shove it in the bag of holding?
No!
No.
I don't think
It
that
has
those
to
would
fit
fit.
in the opening, friend.
It's gotta fit in the hole. 101. Come on.
Crazy.
Like,
Phrase
have you
as
come out of
intended.
the closet, or have you learned that lesson yet? Like, come on now.
Yes, damn.
Alright, so this room again. But these doors.
Okay. Rich drapes faded by time and neglect hide the windows of this otherwise empty room. This was once Argynvost's bedroom. Argynvost being the assumed human form of the silver dragon Argynvost Holt.
Okay. Can we go further up or down?
What's this right here?
Where?
That black spot in the middle. I think it's just more hallway.
It is.
It's a room that you can see from right there.
Yeah, it's the iron. It was once a vault. The walls of this room are lined with lead. Empty chests and shattered vases lie strewn about the floor, their contents plundered.
Hey!
Can I investigate to see if anything of value is left?
Go for it.
Not this time,
You
Satan.
need help?
Yes, I need help. Hey, Mitsa, I need help.
Alright, I'll give you assistance so you can roll with advantage.
Thank you. Okay. That's a natural one. And
Thing I helped.
a 4 plus 1, 5.
You don't find anything.
We're not
I'm
letting
done.
us investigate tonight.
You know what? This new set of dice that I hadn't used before is going in a little black bag now.
These dice
He's
are cursed.
consistent.
I put the dice in timeout.
Alright,
Using my regular dice now.
regular dice. Alright. I think this floor is pretty much explored, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so
Yeah.
do we have up, down, left, right that we still haven't done? Or
Looks like up.
Yeah, there's one more floor up.
okay, then let us go up.
Okay, let me
I will
reveal.
just do Tosca.
So you're gonna get a big reveal because you're coming into a big open room.
Oh.
Is it the room or is it just the roof?
Looks like it's a roof.
It's the roof, yeah. I'll just reveal it all. This is the roof leading up to the beacon.
Ah. Okay.
So,
That is that big asshole.
That's what she said.
Nice.
Sorry.
Fix. We have to shoot one of those.
I love that the two smallest party members look at that big ass bow and think they're gonna shoot it.
I mean, it's a ballista.
We should tie one of
Is
them.
it
to-
loaded?
as you touch this ballista fix, it falls apart.
Oh, you broke it.
DM
Well?
says stop fucking with shit.
We
That's
have
not-
another
that's
one.
Not me. That's when you touch this
Yeah, there's
ballista, it
two.
falls apart. That's not
Fix.
me. That's not DM. That's just what happens.
This is why we can't have nice
I think they
things,
don't
mates.
like me.
That's hilarious. What about these small rooms?
Small rooms?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Looks like watchtowers.
God, close.
Ernie came in and scared the shit out of me.
Aw.
Boo!
I'm easily startled. So these are turrets. As you come up, you see cobwebs that hang from the rafters of the turrets. They are empty except for a wooden bench and an iron stove. Arrow slits look down upon the foggy grounds in front of the mansion. I guess no longer foggy. Now, scintillating light
Mhm.
in front of the mansion.
Do you see anything?
No.
I do not.
I guess, can I check? Jesus.
No. Why? Just walk away.
Just walking away.
DM will say there's no more loot. I've looked.
You know, if this castle wasn't in such bad disrepair, this would actually make a really good base of operations.
If Alexander was here, he could fix it.
Yeah.
Sag.
Well, no one cares.
Baja would be able to fix it too.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well. Do we want to take a rest here? I mean, it looks like it's going to be about as safe as it's going to get, aside from those spiders outside.
Well, we have time to
Do you
get
want to-
back to town.
Yeah,
Wait,
let's-
this first, or do we want to just go to bed?
Let's go to Velaki.
Do we have time to go ahead and make it to Velaki before nightfall? Boo?
Yeah, I would say you've spent probably a couple of hours scouring the mansion. It would be like mid-afternoon. You would be able to make it to Velaki by nightfall.
Okay. I'm down for that.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Head back to Velaki. Anybody else had any unfinished business here that they wanted to take care of?
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
jump
have
down the
business
hole.
here to begin with.
No, you're not.
Oh,
Actually, I'm gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump down the hole and cast Featherfall.
I'm going with. I was gonna do the same thing.
oh y'all
Just
stress
see-
me out.
Both of them jump in the hole and say, "Catch me!"
If you cast Featherfall, then you're fine.
Okay.
So stressed out.
Yeah.
How do you think I feel healing for your tank ass?
What? I'm not willingly jumping down a hole.
No, you just walk face first into a building that you know has revenants that want you dead.
You guys took care of it.
That was an agreed upon mission.
Risk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, but
We
it's
all
still
knew.
Ro's job to give him hell. You all know that. I think if Ro was nice to Oscar, y'all would be concerned.
It'd be like the harbinger of doom.
He's a doppelganger.
Lies. It's all lies.
We've been duped.
Somebody replace Ro.
Alrighty then, if we are done here, back to Barovia map.
What's up?
You spin.
Onward, Ernie's avatar.
It's you. Everybody should be able to control it. It's set to being controlled by all players.
Cannot.
Drag it
Good
out
point.
and then try.
Somebody tell me not to go make a cup of coffee.
Don't,
Don't
make
go
a
make
cup
a
of
cup
coffee.
of coffee.
Do make a cup of coffee.
I am still half asleep.
Everybody ready for the travel?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure.
Go forth.
I heard
I
a
don't want
no.
the dragon.
No. Which dragon?
The one that's at the front.
It's too big.
Oh, okay.
You want to
say
tank
so.
it?
It's a big. It's a big statue. I mean,
Yo,
not-
Joy.
That's a statue like
Tall statue, isn't it?
It is.
it's if not even bigger. I can't remember.
Alright.
That's a. We laugh about the 200-pound head, but like, I don't think we're moving that.
Hypocrites.
How is that hypocritical? Oh,
Make it-
for them judging you for taking the head.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's like, I just, Oscar, it will not fit in the bag. I do not understand.
I mean, 3 heads. So.
As you so all right, cool. So you approach Valaki. As you come out, you notice as you step away from Argynvost Holt, the light is no longer true daylight outside. You see the beacon of Argynvost Holt shining brightly like a lighthouse in the distance. You feel like you could see this nearly anywhere, but the brilliant light it sheds does not extend out past the keep of Argynvost Holt.
Interesting.
So we lure him
how
here.
Far?
Just to the vicinity immediately around Argynvost Holt is where
Okay.
the light is bright. So
Okay.
yeah,
It might actually be a good idea to make that our base of operations because we know it's well, we don't know it's safe, but it might be better than everywhere else in Barovia.
Shall it be better? Maybe Strahd himself could not go. His minions perhaps, but not him.
Also,
No,
I mean,
oh,
nighttime.
go ahead. Just an idea, or just to give you an idea, that purple circle around Argynvost Holt is roughly the reach of the bright light.
Okay.
Okay, so just a bit around it.
And only during natural daytime, right? Or all time.
You haven't seen yet. All right, as you clack clack clack.
Sorry.
So as you approach the bridge to cross over the Luna River to Valaki, you all hear a booming voice in your heads.
Oh, fuck.
Bring it on,
Oh
bitch!
shit.
The voice says, "I tire of you meddling."
Then let us leave!
You hear no response. "I tire of your meddling. We will meet soon. Like it or not. Be ready."
Meep.
The voice vanishes.
Did you all
That's
hear
not
that?
good. Yeah, I definitely heard it. Did everybody hear it? Ugh.
So
We're nowhere near ready to take on Strahd.
no.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to Valaki and get to the Amber Temple. I know we want to deal with Valaki, but I'm thinking Amber Temple needs to step up in importance.
What time is it now that we're arriving at Valaki?
Probably about 5-6 p.m.
Okay. Why don't we do this since we're already here and it's still kind of early? Let's wait a little bit, see if we can investigate a little bit about the lights. Take a rest. And depending on what we find about the lights, we'll go ahead and figure if we go to the temple or we stay here and deal with Valaki.
I just want to put this out here. What benefit do looking at the lights?
It tells us what the cultists are doing with the city.
Right.
The only
And-
reason I'm leaning towards heading for the Amber Temple tomorrow, after we get the gear tonight and investigate tonight, is we know there's a card there. We're fairly certain we're going to find a card there.
You're right. But the people of Valaki seem to need our help as well. And I don't think Strahd would be bold enough to attack us while we're in the town.
I do. He's done it before.
He did smite that. Oh, I wasn't here. Fuck.
You weren't there. All he did was blow up a gazebo.
He's perfectly willing to do whatever it takes, especially after we freed Irina. We can go to the Amber Temple, see what's there, and then come back here. We have to come back here after that temple anyway.
Well, the festival's in a day.
I don't
2
think
days.
the festival. Well,
Yep.
1 day now.
It'll be one
Well-
day after you rest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be basically after we rest, it'll be tomorrow.
And the reason we need to be here for the festival was to talk to.
The
Burgomaster.
Burgomaster. But I
I mean,
don't think that's as important. Hearing Strahd again. You have to
Just-
admit, he seems to be getting.
How far away is the temple travel time?
It would be to get there at like it would be the better part of a day one way.
Oh,
And that is assuming that we can get the proper gear for this made, and that there is no guarantee that we will be able to have the cold weather gear made for us so quickly. So perhaps we can go back to the town and begin gathering supplies for the Amber Temple, and if plans change along the way, then they will. But
Okay.
we must not freeze to death on the way there, regardless
course.
of the haste. So let us see what unfolds in the town.
Okay. That sounds like a plan to me. Zenzo, do you know anywhere that would sell gear that we would need for our trip? Cold weather
Al-
gear. I know that potions we kind of already checked and we can find any, but
Alfonso's Thimble.
Alfonso's thimble. Can you lead the way? I mean, unless anybody else wants to do anything before we head over there, we could take a look and see if there's any cold clothes there.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Did you just
Sounds
make that
good.
up on the fly?
Poor Boone.
It's canon.
So you head over to Alfonso's thimble, greeted by Alfonso himself.
No, that's not his name.
Who's
His
DMing?
name is Symbol.
Greeted
His-
by Alfonso himself.
No, that's not right.
As
His
you
name
feel
is
Strahd's lightning
Thimble.
crackling in your heart.
Suddenly, Zenzo steps on what appears to be a small plastic brick.
Suddenly, Zenzo disappears. No, nothing crazy. Just he's gone.
What do we tell his wife?
He pissed off
Apparently, we
God.
don't care about the town. Apparently, we don't care about the town. So who cares?
I do care about the town. I just
Bigger things, I don't know.
priorities.
Eh,
Let us get back to the town, and then we can.
already in the town.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're in town.
we're there. So let's go.
Zenzo was leading us to. Yeah.
Alright.
Bye.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
And we
You're
were greeted
fine.
by Alfonso.
Do it.
Sorry, were we greeted by Alfonso?
You are greeted by Alfonso himself. Says, "Hello there. What can I do for you?
Alfonso, it's been so long.
Do I know you?
You know me. We're practically brothers.
Are we?"
I come here for
He
all
has
of my
the
clothes.
Mad Hatter's poison.
Your name is
Zenzo.
Bimbo?
But it's very close. Have you been? We've talked about this. Don't get high on your own supply.
Gosh, but this hat making mercury is so tasty.
No, I was right.
Oh God.
Here, give
Oh,
it
my
a taste.
head.
Oh wait. Dear Monsieur Heffling, sir. Alfonso, you said?
My name.
We would like to requisition some cold weather gear for the group. Is this something that you could assist us with?
Yeah, like cold weather, like a coat.
Coats, thicker pants, perhaps perhaps some good boots or something. Hoods
Never forget about the gloves.
and the gloves.
Oh man, Baruvi's not that cold. What do you need that for?
We will be traveling up into the mountains. So,
Oh shit, the mountains. What's there?
uh, we have business there to take care of, and so it will be an extended stay. We will be there for several days, so we came to you looking for the highest of qualities.
Okay, well, I can help you out. I don't really keep a whole lot of cold weather gear in stock. It's an uncommon thing around these parts. I could make you some. I think it'd take a couple days though.
Oh, of course. Well, we must be well protected in our business, so how much would this cost for? We have these individuals here before you. We could provide measurements and such things. So with the 6 of us here, it would be a couple days. How much can we? Would your fine services cost?
Hmm. Do you want the cheap shit or the good shit?
Well, I've got enough ways to that, so the good shit, please.
Okay. That will be. He kind of looks at his He looks at his list of his wares. That'll be 5 gold each.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I will hand him um, 8 gold apiece and just round that up to 50. So I'm gonna give him 50 gold.
He looks at the 50 gold and says, "Ooh, you're going for the custom embroidery package, are you?"
Precisely, you're a man of many talents.
What you want?
Alright. Of course, as you can see, my favorite color is red, and so could I please have a a pocket in which I could reach the corset, because I have a special thing, and so I will pull out like a double bottle of liquor from the
Freeze his
bodice
heads off.
and say, so we can have some stuff on the road. And I'm not sure if he's at all moved by the Mary Poppins gag, but
He would just nod at you and be like, "Yeah, okay, gotcha, titty window."
Yeah,
Bravo.
a closable window. But other than that, maybe some fluff around the hood, and some for the gloves and boots of mine to be black to match the red of the coat and pants.
Okay, he kind of notes down your order. Anybody else have any embroidery or customizations that they want?
Actually, Alfonso, if you wouldn't mind, is there any way you can make it so you can customize my plate armor so I can use it in cold weather? Maybe like make a lining.
Yeah, I can give you long underwear.
That'll work.
You'll need to wear gloves and stuff, but yeah, you can do that.
I hear
Sounds
a
good.
bard.
Ro will kind of drop her hood and untie her cloak and hand it to him. If you could just line this with fur, that would probably help.
Okay, so just aside from that, just standard hat and gloves and boots.
I just need this
Sounds
cloak
like it.
lined with fur and then gloves for me. And probably boots. I don't think mine have been replaced in a few years.
Okay, what about your ears? That's where you lose most of your heat.
That's what the hood's for.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hood, cloak, boots, gloves. Cool.
I just handed him my cloak that I normally wear, so you actually get to see Ro not wrapped in a cloak for once. You can see like all of her. It probably looks a little bit strange because you're so used to seeing the cloak, but
Wow, she's fit.
She fits well.
it's a shush.
Anybody else? Anybody else have any customizations they want?
Zenzo fix
Yeah.
Callie.
Yeah, I need a line cloak. I need some fuzzy boots, and a fuzzy headband.
Ooh.
Fuzzy boots, fuzzy headband, line cloak. Got it.
Be right back.
Truffle.
Nothing too fancy.
Truffle bottom
Just
jeans.
give me your highest quality.
Boots,
cold weather gear, and
Everybody.
put as
Oh,
many
can you make
pockets
sure
as
my
you can
cloak
on
has
it.
pockets?
Lots of pockets? Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure my cloak has fur-lined pockets too.
Fur-lined pockets? Updating the order.
Oh
Anybody
my.
else?
Hey, little guy over there. Bimbo, what do you want?
Ah,
Oh.
What I miss?
I don't know. This creature
Alfonso called Zenzo a bimbo.
I mean, just the standard, the stuff that fits.
I'm getting
Red.
bang.
The boring collection. Got it.
Yep. Maybe a little like goofball at the end of the hat.
Okay, Kupo.
Make it red.
Yes. Butter sway.
All right, cool. So, give me 2 days, and I should have this ready for you.
Well, that
Oh,
fits in the timeline. Perfect.
That works. I
Oh,
totally just went and got an energy drink so I don't fall asleep.
Should have made coffee.
mhm.
I don't feel
We told her
like
no?
cleaning my coffee pot right now.
Thank you, Alfonso. We'll visit back in 2 days.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Oh, we will. I mean,
Are you trying to seduce me or what?
no.
No, he already did that with
Thank
the
you.
blacksmith.
Have you
I
heard
don't think
about
we
the
need a
blacksmith?
discount for this
Has
one.
there been
Alfonso, you
pillow
are
talk?
you're a delightful looking individual, but you're also not my type. Thank
He
Oh,
likes
fuck you
burlier
too.
men.
you.
You should charge him extra.
I already walked out.
As we walk out, you'll notice Ro is a little more in on herself and not as confident, trying to kind of shrink down and not draw attention to herself. She doesn't have her cloak to hide behind anymore.
Do you need my cloak?
I'm fine.
I've got my regular brown cloak. Well, what does everybody want to do? Should we get some lunch or something?
It's dinner time. I guess.
Definitely be
rather.
dinner.
Dinner.
You spent a good, I don't know, probably hour talking to or not to Bimbo, to
To
Alfonso.
Bimbo.
And placing your orders, thinking of what you wanted, all that good stuff. So it's gonna be, the sun is setting. It's probably not totally dark yet, but it's getting to nightfall.
Let's
We
head
did.
to
We
Danica's.
last time we checked. We couldn't find any potions, could we?
Danica loaded us up though.
Yeah, Danica got us potions.
That's right.
City-wise, no.
Okay, well, dinner time, I guess, and then we can go ahead and try to investigate those lights.
Let's head back, get some rooms, and go from there.
Zenzo, how do you feel about paying your in-laws a visit?
Well,
As we're walking, Ro will slip Mitsa 10 gold.
Alright.
I mean, we don't have to go there.
You say that,
Oh.
but
Darling, we are going there tonight.
What?
And you're helping me get into your in-laws' house. And I am going to find out what is making those lights.
It's probably just me. Just like you said,
Not
the other
you.
guy was just a wizard.
Give me a deception check, Zenzo.
Ah.
Mitsa, give me an insight check.
Insight 15.
Wow.
Zenzo's fucking lying.
Well, that was obvious.
So,
Well-
all right.
Do you
Tonight,
press it
then.
further, Mitsa?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not accepting no for an answer. We're going to his in-laws' house tonight.
So if you're going to the in-laws, I guess I'm going to the coffin maker.
Perhaps not in two places at the same time.
I'll be fine.
Let's probably stick together.
Yeah, split the party. Yeah, do that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Perhaps it would be better for the stealthy people to help look through the house.
It never ends poorly.
I have a disadvantage on stealth. So, and I don't think we need 6 people to go to Zenzo's. So it's either...
Well, I have a disadvantage of stealth too, but we're not going to stealth there. At least not all of us are.
What I was going to say is, I don't think 6 of us need to go to Zenzo's. So it's either 2 or 3 go to Zenzo's and the rest wait at the inn, or the rest go to the coffin maker. But I think 6
I'll join.
people to his in-laws' house would be a bit much.
Agreed.
It might be suspicious, right? Yeah, exactly, Ro.
So,
Good point.
we Zenzo, myself, and Callie.
I'll join.
Oh, Zenzo,
I'll
myself,
join.
and Peaks.
Yes, you two can be a couple, so it doesn't look like I'm bringing home a woman.
Sure,
Valid.
darling. Fix.
There's something wrong with Fix?
Fix
I'll
this
try
into
to
woman.
act like I haven't had a husband.
So will Ro,
Oh.
Callie, and Asuka be going to the coffin maker's shop?
Yes. Let's do that.
No, we'll
Okay.
wait
Yes.
we'll wait for them to come back at the inn.
Do it. Split the party.
We'll split the party, but half of us will stay at the inn. Because otherwise I think Mitsu's gonna have an aneurysm.
Okay,
They'll be
here's a
fine with that.
here's a suggestion. Why don't we wait in the vicinity of the house? They can go in, they can go do their thing. We'll wait outside just in case they're able to give us a sign that they might need help.
What if the
That
guards
works.
come by? You're just like stalking on a house.
We'll find a way. I mean, we'll make a little picnic or something, or
We
Just
don't have
pass
the
past
best
without a
friends with the
trace.
guards.
Like, why worry about it?
there you go. There you go.
I feel like we're gonna be in there longer than an hour, but I could be wrong. Hopefully we're not. Okay, you know what? That's a good plan.
Okay.
We'll put an hour time limit on it, in and out.
No,
Oh.
it takes as long as it takes.
Is everybody else okay with this plan?
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I don't think I have a choice at this point.
No.
Let's have a. Should we take?
Let's
how
go
long
get
does it
dinner.
take to get a short rest?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. So why don't we go ahead and get dinner, take a short rest, and then you guys can go do the thing, and we'll follow.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
All right, dinner time.
So, short rest. Mitsa, if you weren't, you can also take the time to make sure you are attuned to the blade, because I don't know if there's been the downtime yet.
There has not, and now I am.
So now, Rogue has spells in their spell list.
What?
The rogue that's part fighter is now also part caster. This is wonderful.
Yeah, exactly what my character needed in life.
More fuckery and mayhem.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor for the night, and then get those 3 first level spell slots back.
Okay. And so you easily get food. Not gonna RP dinner out because time, but.
Mhm.
Alright,
Short
so
rest.
everybody can take a short rest. Expend any hit dice you want or need to expend.
No one's been touched except Asuka.
I'll expend 1 because I have 1 HP missing.
I wouldn't worry about it then. But that's up to you.
We're about to long rest, so it really doesn't
Sure.
matter.
Wow, that was a 9 plus 2. 11.
Damn.
I got a good one in there. Crazy. Short rest taken.
Alrighty. Excuse me. So, as you finish dinner, Mitsa, Fix, and Zenzo make their way to Wachter House.
Okay. Mitza, show me the window that you saw the light.
Would I be able to recount accurately where I saw it coming from?
Yes, let me see where the hell it comes from. Because I don't remember the detail. It would be coming,
You don't have to point it out. You can just say yes,
yeah, yes, you would.
and
You
I
would be
can
able
lead
to
him
tell.
to that room.
You would be able to remember, yes.
All right.
What's our plan?
Well, head to that room, and if we get stopped, then we'll improvise.
It was
Are we
this
trying
house,
to
right?
sneak?
I
Um,
mean, we
Wachter
can
House
sneak, but
was. Where was it?
This one
It-
or
if we try to sneak fix, it'll be a little more suspicious than if we just like walk like we're supposed to be there.
It was
All right.
right here.
Because if we're caught sneaking, then we have to explain why we're trying to sneak.
So, if that's where we're going, Ro will
Okay.
kind of walk over into the trees just behind the house and make herself comfortable against the base of one of them.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. So I'll go ahead and enjoy Rohana over here. Callie with us, and do we have before you guys head on out and before we like leave them, any way they can tell us if they're in danger?
No. Fix?
Mitza can use thaumaturgy. We know that works. We've done it
Mhm.
before.
That'll be quite loud.
If they're in danger,
necessarily.
it won't matter.
right?
also-
So I can either make the loud noise or just make other noises.
We don't want to alert the guard as well. We're already
Thaumaturgy
in-
lets you make. You could make like the sound of thunder or something too.
Yeah. Rumble of thunder, cry of a raven, ominous whispers. So I
Use
would
the raven.
very thematically use the raven.
Raven sounds good.
Since Ro's in the party and she's that like even her holy symbol that she carries around is a little obsidian raven, so which you guys would actually be able to see now that she has her cloak off. You can see that there's an obsidian raven on a chain on her necklace.
Well,
Group
it's
I can
30
send my
feet,
homunculus.
so-
group name is now Sunlight Ravens. Kidding.
Nice.
I mean, it's not the worst I've ever heard.
All right, let's do the thing, I guess.
Mhm.
Good luck. Zenzo meets a Fix. Fix.
Yep.
I kind of fix his hat a little bit. It's like you're gonna do good, buddy.
I'm ready.
All
Takes a-
right.
Takes a big ass swig.
So like
Channel
Callie
change.
is like
Oh, go ahead.
they're all playing and they're eating, they're doing whatever, and I'm like eating, and I look at Callie or I look at Ro, and I'm like, you got nice tits, you should display them more often.
Thank you.
And I'm like, nice necklace, and then I wave my hand a little bit and create this little tiny mushroom and go, here for your collection, and it's like a hardened little mushroom for a charm.
Thank you. I
That's
half
adorable.
expected you to try and stick it in the raven's mouth, not gonna lie.
It's
You said
tiny.
channel change, Boom?
Thank you.
Yeah, the name of the channel is Sunlight Ravens now. Aw.
Oh.
Aw.
Eh,
All right. So you guys, is
My
everybody
cousin
good?
has brought me crown and eggnog.
That sounds disgusting, but enjoy.
I like eggnog without the alcohol.
Any kind of thick beverage like that. But
I'm just
The
gonna
hot-
sit here
the hot
drinking my
cousin?
bang because it's the only bang I get anymore, so.
gotta get it where you can.
Hmm.
Also, Fix, Oscar wants to know, was it your hot cousin?
I thought he said husband. Wait, did he say cousin or husband?
Cousin. He's got a cousin that's very hot. So I give him shit about it all the time.
See this hot cousin?
He doesn't appreciate it.
Oh no,
I
Every-
like the version of
every-
the story. Go ahead.
every friend I've invited to my place has had the same comment. So
Let's see your hot cousin.
I know, bring
Like,
him
get
over,
over
let's see.
for show and tell. No, he's in his room.
I swear, like the alternate version of that conversation where he has a hot husband and a not so hot husband, and I'm okay with both of those.
This is my
I-
hot
I-
husband, this is my,
Husband.
My
the
husband.
other one.
Smart husband.
This is my
This is
husband.
this is my other husband with a great personality.
No, it's like this is my husband and this is my hot husband.
This is my smart husband. This is my hot husband.
Ah, good one.
Which one are you then?
I was gonna think that. I was like, I don't want to know what I am.
Mhm.
Girlies.
All right, so we're gathered at
Siri.
the walkthrough house.
Alright, I think you've had the description before, but just to refresh, the house as you approach Walkthrough House, this house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
Yeah. Telling them to redecorate. Not my house. Not my choice.
I just got an amazing picture of the girls, and I had to post it, so that happened.
Aw. So, how do you approach the house?
I don't know, Zenzo. How do we approach the house?
Well, the front door is obvious.
After
And now
you.
they're fighting.
Of
Like I
course.
said, we hide. We hope that no one sees us, because most people just do what they want to do. Not like they
Hey,
guard the house.
come on, you two. Thank you.
They don't guard the house, right?
Not. I mean, it's not like a fortress or anything. But
Right.
it is a noble's house, so.
Is there a front guard?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
So, do you knock on the door, or do you just come in?
I just go in.
Okay. So, let me take you to Walkthrough House.
It has its own map.
It's a big house. We don't want to get lost.
Also, yes, I'm actually eating today without somebody having to remind me for once.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Usually, what hunger does.
I straight up forgot to eat until like 10:30 last night.
Are you hungry?
No,
There you go. Problem solved. Eat when you're hungry.
I didn't eat
Okay.
all day.
Not good. Okay, so as you come into Walkthrough House, let me.
Oh,
This- This map has like the weird lighting that I don't want to fuck with. So let me.
Dynamic lighting.
Yeah, turn dynamic lighting off.
I know this place anyway. Like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm. Except it's a part of the house that you're never going.
Well, that's just personal privacy. We all have it.
All right, so as you enter in here, let me see what. Let me tell you what you see. So coming in,
what you
you
see.
come into the. Actually, this is the back door. My bad.
I was like, that's very, very lame entrance.
So, well, it's all the outside. I'll reveal the outside.
Good. Oh, it's not that big.
I'm not done.
That's what she said.
Ouch!
Never heard that one before.
I'm happy for you.
That's how I describe most of my exes, so.
So what happens is Ro just, voodoos them, and they lose a couple inches if they ever break up with her. It's in like the the pre-nut and just the pre-sniff now.
That or she just dates bottoms.
True.
Okay, look, we're not gonna talk about how many gay ex-boyfriends I have.
Good.
Alrighty, so in the front entrance, those of you who are here, you come in and you see typically the front door is locked. Zenzo has a key and lets himself in.
I live here. I hope I have a key. They changed the locks on me?
Alright, so you come in, the front door opens into a narrow vestibule. 3 glass doors and wooden frames lead from it.
I will. It was on the second floor, so I'll take them to the set of stairs. That lead to the second floor.
Ah!
Not what I meant to reveal.
You see nothing.
Okay. Fucking reveal tool, god damn.
It's not that hard.
Again, that's what she said.
That's what she
The
said.
review tool is
We're mature.
No.
Nope.
no. No.
Oscar tried to claim he was an
No.
adult in my chat earlier, and I about laughed him out.
I was folding my laundry, madam. I am a functioning adult.
Bullshit.
Functioning.
So, I might have to retcon this because of me not reading the Walker House clearly. The lights did come what you could see from the first floor.
Okay.
I'll do my best to take them to where Mitsa described the lights.
Okay. So, let me... Here. Alright, so, let me reveal... So, as you open this door, you come to a little, you come to a staircase area with doors on either side and stairs going up. So, Zenzo, to speed this along, you would know that there is a hidden cellar that you've never been allowed in.
Oh. Do I know the reason?
Lady Walker's private place.
Have I been told not to go there?
Its existence is kind of a secret.
Okay, so I haven't been told. I just know about it from whispers.
Basically.
Okay. Do I know where it is?
Yeah, let's see here. I'm just gonna reveal a little bit more to you, because you know this floor of the house really well, so it doesn't really need to be secret. Closets.
If you have a jacket, you can hang it up here. You see me take my shoes off and put them in the closet.
Interesting.
It's nice
I will
flooring.
do so as well.
Okay. Cool. So, you would know that normally this is kind of like a hidden secret entrance, but there is a cellar door here that is hidden.
In the closet.
Yes.
Well, I will take them through the kitchen.
Okay.
Assuming there will be less people in the kitchen.
Yep, nobody's, wait, there is one person in there at the moment. Boop. As you come in, you see the cook, whose name is David. She looks at you and she says, "Oh, hi there, Zenzo. How you doing today?"
Wonderful, Davids. What are you cooking? It smells delicious.
Oh, yeah, I'm making chicken cordon bleu.
For lunch? Or dinner?
Yes. I'll put you, and you have guests. I see. I'll alert the lady to the presence of your guests.
Of course. We did eat a little bit before we came. We didn't want to impose.
No worries. I'll put you down for the child's portion, as usual.
Thank you.
No problem.
Um,
I'll send for the lady. She'll be with you soon.
oh, there's no need.
No?
No,
Why
I
not?
was coming for some, um, we were trying to get some food for our trip that we're heading out for. Some of the more dried stuff in this storage.
Hey, where are you going?
We're going to very, very far south, to the mountains. Um, the Amber Cave, I think, is what, the leader said?
Something of that sort, yes.
The Amber Cave. I think.
Yes. Yes.
We're going to save someone.
Hey, I don't know much about that area, but that sounds good. We'll make sure you have lots of tasty food to go with you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, well, I gotta get back to cooking now.
No, no, don't let me distract you.
She goes back to slicing the chicken, cutting it open, stuffing it with the filling.
I'll kind of, holler back. Is there apples in here?
I think so. Check in one of the crates.
Thank you. All right. I am going to grab an apple. Do you guys want one?
Sure.
I hand each of them an
Sure.
apple. And then I'll walk back here, head to the closet.
Come, darling, we have the closet to go to.
Back in the closet, you two.
I don't know what you want. We are straight, we are the norm, we are accepted everywhere, we are like Visa.
I guess
As you go into the closet, Zenzo, you shouldn't know this, but you do. You feel for this sort of trap door in the back. You pull it open and reveal a downward staircase.
Okay, now this is probably the point where we should be quiet.
Alright.
Okay, so as you open this, you see iron torch sconces that cling to the wall of a stone staircase that cuts its way through the heart of the old house. Alright, and give me a sec here. Boo, boo, boo. This is like a dungeon, but the way it is fuck you, I have to manually scroll to all the little rooms. Okay, do.
I also
Alright.
finally posted a picture of what Ro wears as armor under her cloak.
Ooh, very nice. Alright, so you come down. I'll drag you three down.
Well, that was easier than I thought it was going to be.
You say that so far.
Well, true.
Alright, darling. Would you care to go first? Oh, there you go, Zenzo.
Alright, so as you pop down into here, you see that this large root cellar has a dirt floor. Let me reveal it.
Can y'all see us on the map what we're doing?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong spot. I see something peeking.
Yeah, shit happens.
Okay. This is
So you
weird.
see a large root cellar with a dirt floor. Two ascending flights of stone steps enclosed by wooden railings stand across from one another. Tracks in the earth lead from one staircase to the other, and the other trails go from both staircases to the center of the bare west wall. 4 neatly made cots are set in a row against the south wall.
Sleeps down
this
here,
is-
house elves?
What was that?
Nothing. I'm not there, so I can't ask the question. I said, who sleeps down here? House elves?
We do have servants.
Yes, but anyway, these tracks they lead to the wall. You two are better at finding these things.
Do you
Look
want
at
to
this
check the
wall.
other stairs while we do that?
Well, I'm sure they lead outside, but yes, let us do that.
Well, an escape route would be nice.
Always think of an escape route. You are correct. Alright, so look up the stairs and see if we can make our way.
Alright, excuse me. So as you come up the stairs and look out, or as you look out the stairs, you see a slanted wooden cellar door with an iron ring, or an iron pull ring and iron hinges standing against the foundation of the house.
Standing against the foundations of the house?
You're on the opposite side. I guess this is a entrance to the outside.
Alright, can
Is-
I try to see if it moves easily enough?
It is unlocked.
Is this the side Ro meets, or Ro, Oscar, and Kali are waiting on?
Yeah, I believe you guys were in the trees, kind of out behind the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, you would be able to open the door and probably see them pretty close by.
Okay, I'll
Good to
use
know.
thaumaturgy to make the sound of a raven and signal them down.
Ro will.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, let's go. That's
I mean, I'm
Mitsa.
assuming you guys aren't 30 feet away from the house. I don't know. But I would, if I can see them, I would get them.
Yeah, just for the
Quietly.
sake of it, yeah. They would hear you and would be able to rejoin you through this secret cellar entrance.
Where does it lead to? Oh, is it over here?
I'm thinking.
So, these footprints really lead you to this door, so you really don't need to do much to find it. You see that there is a door right here at the base of the footprints.
I'm gonna put my ear to it, see if I hear anything.
It is soundproof. You hear nothing on the other side.
You called for us, dear?
Hell's bells. As we're coming down the steps, I'm gonna rip the door open.
Kelly,
Make
get
sure
in here.
Kelly's here first.
Door. Zenzo's opening the door.
Yes,
Yep.
please, but Kelly first.
What?
Kelly.
Right here. There she is.
Okay, now rip the door open.
All right. So, as you open this door,
Oh.
No, motherfucker.
you see flickering candles and iron holders fill this room with light and shadows. This room has a 10-foot high ceiling and a large black pentagram inscribed in the stone floor. At each point of the pentagram rests a wooden chair. Seated in 4 of the 5 chairs are men and women in black robes with hoods. A young man who has the face of an angel, a balding hulk of a man, a squat middle-aged woman, and a taller, younger woman with an unsettling glare. They rise to confront you, and that'll be initiative.
Do any of them look familiar?
They're wearing hoods and masks, you can't tell.
Okay.
Shit.
Your in-laws are cultists. Have you checked your basement?
Go down here.
Skeeta, beata, beata.
My lord.
It's one of those, wow, you lived in full-on ignorance.
Ignorance is bliss.
Until it gets you killed!
Well, I'm not gonna die.
Why do we adventure with him?
He wanted to get out of Barovia, but apparently he's okay with
I just
having
wanna
in-laws that
say-
might be cultists.
I just want to say, Mitsu was throwing such a fit that I could hear her without my headset on, with my headset down on my knee, and I'm half deaf.
I was being rather animated. Berating someone for not giving a shit about the people around them.
Everyone has hobbies.
And yours is apparently being
Oh, you
oblivious.
call this a hobby?
I look at them all. Yeah.
Is everybody in initiative?
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Alright, top of initiative. Cultist turn. This cultist looks at you, and you hear a word uttered from its mouth. You hear it say, Basad. You will not stop his coming.
Oh dear.
And the
Who said we were
cultist
stopping his coming?
is going to
Have we heard that name before?
Mm-mm.
no.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't the fish man.
It might be the fish man for all we know.
Might be. We don't know.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
Alright, this cultist is going to look at you, Zenzo, and cast Sacred Flame. I need a wisdom save.
Wisdom. For Sacred Flame?
That's what he said.
Wait, I'm sorry, it's a deck save. I was looking at something else.
I was really confused.
Yeah, my bad.
Who's the DM here?
17.
I mean, technically there's 4 DMs in here, but only
Well,
one is in
the
charge.
DM.
That will be enough. You see this orbital strike of holy fire
Ah, shit!
fall down upon you, but you sort of dodge out of the way.
I just...
Alright, Pix, you're up.
Da 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 da. Not sure what to do yet.
They're
I
cultists!
just go for it.
Yes!
Let's do it.
That one time where Murder Hobo is decently okay.
Let's do it.
Decently.
Well, we don't know who they are!
Figure it out later.
They're calling Basad.
Whatever that is.
Alright. Angles.
Leave one alive if it makes you feel better. We can torture and interrogate. It's fine.
Oh, Mitsa.
I'm good neutral. Leave me alone.
We cannot torture people.
If it is a cultist to save lives,
Then we'll stop them, but we do not torture.
Okay, we don't
Alright.
torture in front of the
Ew.
paladin.
I can't pass through him because he's not bigger than me.
You can you could pass into Zenzo's space, but you can't pass by the cultist because they're a hostile creature.
We
Alright.
pass those. Unless you can throw them away.
Yeah, unless you can push, but you can't just walk by.
Yeah. Alright, murder hobo time.
So you're both sharing a space, the tiny people,
For a moment.
and
Yeah,
I'll have to
you
leave.
can step into somebody's space for a moment. You just can't end your turn there unless they're a size. I think 2 size classes larger.
Got it.
yes, two.
On a 20-foot cube, would this encompass all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Get all
Cool.
four.
Fairy fire.
you could get all 4. Just verify the entire shit.
Can I? Can they fit?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I didn't see. Okay.
We're back.
Then right in the middle, all 4.
All right. So deck save, yes.
Think
And-
so.
And Fix has completed the summoning.
Yes. This is my summoning ritual.
It's funny, I mean, he asked for a wisdom save, and my wisdom's higher than my dex. I was like, "Are you sure it's wisdom?" I was like, "Wait a second."
All right.
why
So
did they do that?
saves 5, 8, 20, 20. So 2 pass, 2 fail.
2 of them.
Okay. Green ones are fairy fired.
Alright, and I will move back over here. Is it gonna take an off attack?
Yeah, it would.
Alright, I'll take it.
All right, it's going to slash at you with its dagger for a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. dealing 3 slashing damage, or piercing damage, actually. Not that it really
Alright.
matters, but
Not a lot.
As I
That's for you, Alaric.
Rude.
what else can I do?
Not the phallic thing I want from you, but you know.
I'm gonna attack. For my bonus action, my homunculus will attack the one in front of Zenzo.
okay. Do homunculus attack.
Fuck it up.
D. 14 to hit.
14 hits for 5 force damage.
5 force damage.
Alright, you see your homunculus. Is it throwing a seed again, or whatever it did before?
It has a dispenser that chucks acorns.
Acorns, excuse me. So,
Yeah.
you see an acorn bop this cultist on the head. Alright, anything else on your turn?
That would be the end of my turn.
Alright, Mitsu, you're up.
Okay.
Cheers.
Everyone's jumping in and out of my space. No chance to move.
Yep. Does a 14 hit?
Does it? Yes, it does.
Okay, then both of them hit. I don't think this cultist is going to live. Don't
Not
think
undead.
so. No, but
You have two. Do you have 2 weapons?
uh-huh.
So even including the rapier that we just used, you have a second weapon.
Sorry.
Bless
We used-
you.
Because the rapier that you had became your new one. So do you have a second one still?
Yeah, I had a second one. I had a mundane one.
Okay. Just making sure, because we did use up one of the mundane ones.
Yeah.
Also, to the fault of my own, my fairy fire dispels immediately.
What?
Oh, why?
Because the op attack ruined my concentration.
Oh damn. You rolled? Did you roll a 1 or what?
A 3.
I rolled a 3.
Aw.
I want to be
Okay.
fair to the DM.
Uh-huh. That's good. 27 damage.
Dead.
Okay.
Oh geez. All right. Cool.
Will I get to finally try this spell out?
And I back up. And that's my turn.
Asuka, you're up.
I don't even know if we can get to him. Oh, yeah.
Hey. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Barely.
Yeah, I can't. I basically would have to, like, push Zenzo out of the way.
You can move past him now that the cultist is gone. It's just double movement to get past him.
Well, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, and my movement speed is 20.
What? Why is you so slow?
I'm tanky. I don't know, actually.
Usually it's 30. That's the standard.
Yeah, for a human. Yeah. I don't know why you're
Do you
so
have your
slow.
movement speed adjusted?
No, walking 20 feet.
Let me look. I'm just gonna
That's-
make sure.
I just
Like,
realized
even
mine is
Zenzo has like a base of 25.
mine's
Do
22.
you guys have encumbrance turned on?
I don't
Because
think so.
if you're past a certain equipment load, you'll. If they have variant encumbrance, it'll reduce their speed.
Oh.
Unencumbered.
200
Overloaded? Huh?
No,
No, it
mine's
says
unencumbered.
unencumbered.
Okay.
What's up, bro?
I have 22 and mine's also unencumbered.
What the fuck?
Well, guys, why are we so slow?
That is weird. Do we? I don't have any active conditions.
It hasn't been always 20s.
No,
Something's
it hasn't.
changed.
Yeah, something changed. Could
I'm
it be?
looking.
Could it be because of my heavy armor?
No.
No.
Unless you have variant encumbrance, nothing you carry should reduce your speed.
Huh.
Where's purple?
I'm looking. One sec.
Weird.
That is odd.
Mine's still 30. I don't know.
Mine is not correct. That's 35.
Yeah, you should. I don't know.
You should be 30.
Should I just assume that it's 30 for now?
If you click on walking speed and click on customize, does it show that?
No,
you've
it doesn't.
changed
I don't see anything under customize.
No,
What the
nothing.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah. If I clicked on customize, mine had somehow been customized to 20.
Okay.
So I fixed mine.
There's one fixed.
But mine doesn't.
No, it doesn't. We'll say 30 for now because I don't know why. It shouldn't be 20. I don't think.
You can just override it.
No, but I'll have to do some research because if it's actually supposed to be 20, then I'll stay at 20. I wonder if it's, but it's still weird.
Yeah, it is. Just do 30 for now.
Okay. Anywho, so in that case, I can't pass Zenzo. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I was going to bless, but you all are in that other room now, so I may as well just
Alright,
use.
swinging.
You can still see 3 people.
Nah, I'm gonna cast command. At the second level, so that I can target all 3 of them.
Do that
I think you'd need third level to do all 3.
Is it?
I think it's 1 per spell level, I believe.
Choose a humanoid, blah blah blah. 2 1 minute. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you're right. You
Yeah,
can
I think
target one
command
and-
is a second level spell, and so you have 3rd, 4th, etc.
Command's a first.
It is? Oh.
Mhm.
Yes. So at level 1 you can do 1. Level 2 you can do 2 creatures, so on and so forth.
So I'll do 2. I'll cast at second level for both.
9th level command.
And what is your command, Oscar?
Neil.
Neil, okay. So which 2 are you targeting?
We'll do this and this.
Okay, they will give. What's your DC? 13.
13,
Make them
yeah.
waste their turns.
Boop boop boop. It's double 17s.
Oh.
Damn. Okay. I'll yell out to everybody else as my final action. Try to use non-lethal force. I mean, too late now, but
All right. On cultist turn, I gotta pee really bad. I'll be right back.
okay.
Oh, fucking swarm Oscar.
Wouldn't be the first time. But I can't negate any crit damage
Won't be
this
the
time.
last.
There's nothing in that room either.
Isn't it your channel divinity that does it?
Twice per long rest.
Channel divinities come by on short rest, don't they?
I think it's a different feature. I don't think it's your channel divinity.
Yeah, no, it's
Brave
Sentinel,
clerics.
Sentinel at
There you
Death's Door, not Channel Divinity. My Circle of Mortality that I used to save the little girl from death is my Channel Divinity.
So, yeah, your in-laws are cultists.
Well, at least they're in-laws and not family.
I don't know how he keeps rationalizing that.
Right.
Okay. Like, is anyone else, like, perturbed by that?
A little.
What?
The fact that he keeps on, like, sugarcoating the fact that he married into a family of cultists. It's like, oh, that's their hobbies. What?
Is he a secret cultist and nobody knows about it? Somebody tie him up.
I mean, I'm gonna start stabbing if, like,
Not gonna lie, I had considered that.
if it turns out that he's a cultist.
I wouldn't lie to you guys.
I
Yes,
just
you
caught
did.
you in a lie.
Lying liar pants.
But so far, Mitsu's the only one that knows that, so.
I am glad Mitsu was able to bring us in before the shit went down, though.
Oh, yeah, no joke. Can you imagine?
Yeah, we could have taken him.
You would have been fine.
They don't seem particularly powerful unless they're able to.
He threw a cantrip at me.
That being said, alright. So, on bottom cultist's turn, it looks at you, Asuka. It says, "Do not interfere with Basad." And it looks at you and says back to you, "Kneel."
Oh, shit! Ah! No! Okay, what do I need to roll?
Wisdom
Those are
save.
the consequences of my own actions.
So it's whatever I roll, a d20 plus 6.
Fuck.
Wisdom is my highest saving throw. No, charisma is my highest saving throw.
I would hope.
Wisdom is my second one. That is definitely a 12.
Succeeds.
Wait, I succeed or he succeeds?
You succeed.
Oh, thank God.
Alright.
Thank you, Sarah and Ray.
The other two cultists are going to fire it back at you and both tell you to kneel on their turns. I need 2 more wisdom saves.
Motherfuckers. Okay, so here comes another one. 16 plus 6. Fuck you. And
That's fine.
second one. 6 plus 6.
12.
Yep.
You're good. That was
Resist.
just too delicious. Had to do it. Alright. Callie, you're up.
Okay. So I'm so far away. Because I just came in and shit started falling apart. So I am
Basically.
going to 15, 20, 30. I can't get very far.
Hi, Callie.
You can get... Yeah.
I'll have to run down the stairs because there's a banister there. Go there.
You can basically get to where Zenzo's at, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just
Well,
gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
There are walls there.
Yeah, but I can still see in the door.
Yeah,
Like,
if
I'm
you cast
beside
around
you.
the door, it would if you cast a spell, it would probably be like half cover, which is just a small bump to their AC.
So, what if I just completely shoulder him out of the way? Like, get the move.
That would require your action to try and shove him out of the way, and
I mean, if you want to push me in there, that's fine by me.
I mean, you do have cultist members as family, so like, hello.
In-laws. Let's be specific here.
I mean, your in-laws are your family.
I think I decided on the wife, not the rest of the baggage.
Mm.
Okay.
Tell your real life wife that and see how that goes.
I think she'd understand.
Yeah, I
she's
want
like,
to.
"Oh yeah, we hate her family." Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
want to get. I can't. If I go where Zenzo is, I can't move out of the square on my turn.
Correct. You can't end your turn in the same square as another
Right.
character.
So I have to be right beside him.
You can be behind me
So-
and still see that guy.
Yeah, I'll just stay behind you. I can see over his head because he's a tiny person.
Yes.
And I'll go to
With a
guy
big
here.
personality.
this person right here, and I will cast Chill Touch on them.
Right. Roll me a chill touch hit.
Necrotic bitch slap!
12 does not hit.
No.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm going to
You
um
charmed 3 stones when we were in Argynvost Hope, by the way, that
Yeah.
you never used.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna imbue my stones with magic stone as my bonus action so that they're ready for next time.
Sounds good. Alright, Zenzo, you're up.
Alrighty. Zenzo's going to cast with my bonus action a Chardalon Stride. I will. That doesn't have materials. With the wave of my hand, see billowing flames of fire blast from my feet, increasing my movement speed.
Need to share that with Asuka.
What?
Just being a smartass.
And then I'm going to run.
Boone? A
Up to this
smart
guy.
ass? Never.
Never.
When I move in within 5 feet of a creature or an object that isn't being worn or carried, it takes a d6 fire damage.
Okay.
I would
just-
step forward one more. Oh, wait, you probably can't.
Just when he moves past, right?
When I move within 5 feet of someone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
So also me.
Ooh.
yes. So Asuka and Cultist roll your d6.
Oh, I rolled it.
Oh, so 2. Asuka and Cultist take 2 damage.
Ah, what the fuck, Zenzo?
Told you he was part of the cultists.
Right?
I'm gonna stab this fucker.
Was the Chardalon's whatever a bonus action?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to Booming Blade him. Missing.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna move here. This guy will take 5 damage, or will take a d6 damage, so 3. And then I'm gonna try and stab him
Okay.
with a normal attack. 16 for 11.
He's dead.
And then I'm gonna move up here, dealing a d6 damage to him. 1. And I'm
Okay.
done.
Cool.
Just zips around with a flame of fire following my feet.
Zip, 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 pew.
What happened to non-lethal force, y'all?
I've got you, don't worry.
Thank you.
That should
You're up.
terrify you coming from
Well.
Rohana.
Thank God's wait.
You said they're bad. If I hold back, you'll think I'm bad. Make up your mind.
You're up, bro.
Okay, so hold on, let me make sure. I'm just gonna go here. So I'm gonna come right into the door. Actually, wait, no, can I? 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna come right here so I'm not blocking the door. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to look. This guy is still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucky I missed him.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. That's a 3.
Motherfucker needs to tell me what's going on in here.
Okay, so it's just a course of action. So you have a sentence or two. So tell me, what are you looking for specifically?
What are you guys doing in here? And who is Bastet? Or whatever the name was. Bastet's an Egyptian goddess.
Assad.
Basad, there we go.
Alright, on his turn, he will respond. That'll be, as long as he doesn't get killed, that'll be good coming out of combat.
Just leave this one alone. He's mine.
Alright, anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nope, that will be it.
Alright. Zenzo, or not Zenzo, Fix, rather, you're up.
I want to know how much noise are we making down here to an extent?
I mean, a relative amount of noise. You're scuffling with cultists.
All right, cool. How far am I going?
Nobody's come down here to investigate yet.
I just want to move towards like in the middle right here. I want to try and listen if anything or anybody is like reacting upstairs.
Give me a perception check.
Bonus, right? Because, or no, Asuka isn't within range of him.
Yeah, it's got to be within 10 feet. Ooh, that's
22?
good though. So you do hear some steps above you. With that roll, from what you can tell, currently you hear the sounds of cooking above you.
All right, cool. We're still good. I'll stay here for now. I'll be there
Okay.
in my turn.
All right, Mitzi, you're up.
Okay. See, that one hasn't been commanded, right?
That was the one who was commanded.
Oh, and this one is not?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I rolled an 18 and a 19. Those both hit. 4.
Is your fire thing still active, Zenzo?
Yep, but it's only when I move. I'm pretty sure.
For 30 damage.
Dead.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay. Asuka, will you be instigating any harmful effects against this other cultist?
No one listens to the paladin.
I left one alive.
I didn't damage anyone.
I am not doing anything against this individual.
Okay, are you going to leave them free to... Because the command was just to talk about what was going on. It did not preclude them from being able to fight back.
Attack.
I will take the dodge action. No. If I, what break suggestion?
I posted
asking
it
the-
in there.
Yeah.
Once it does what it says. No, no,
Yeah.
if you damage the target. Shit, it's at the end.
Can I attempt? Wait, would grappling them damage them?
No.
Okay, so how about I attempt to grapple them?
Okay, give me a just a straight melee unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Yes. That's enough. You grapple them.
That's my turn.
All right. On the cultist turn, he's going to talk for a little bit more than 6 seconds here, just to streamline things a little bit. The cultist will say, "Well, we're trying to summon Basad. He will be very gracious to us. He will allow Lady Wachter the control she desires. We've been waiting for him at Lake Zarovich, but have not heard back from him. We presume our summoning thus far unsuccessful. We've heard back from only a fish."
A fish?
The same fish that told the fisherman to throw the girl overboard.
Yes, this is in Aboleth.
Is Basad a god of fish?
I don't know exactly, to be honest with you. I know that Lady Wachter has the details.
Well, it looks like your usefulness to us is done here.
You literally worship something you have no idea about. Slap him a few times for me.
I feel like a lot of people do that.
True.
That's very true.
Gestures at most of the Abrahamic religions.
Cultist Fanatic will use its turn to try and break out of the grapple. Failing for sure with a 3.
Man, these are puny.
Yeah. Alright, Callie, you're up.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing, Zenzo?
Walk in here. And I am going to... I don't want to do too much harm because he's being grappled right now, yeah.
I'm
He is
grappling
being
him.
grappled.
Can I just walk up to him and smack him a few times?
Poke him with a knife.
And just slowly just like take one of my daggers out and just poke him a few times.
So you're stabbing him with your dagger. Give me an attack roll.
I'm just gonna. I'm not even stabbing him. I'm just poking him because he's dumb.
Oh, okay, so you're not hitting him?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, I'll break skin. I'm cool with that. But I'm not really gonna like.
She doesn't want to hurt Asuka in the process, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. A dagger's enough of a precise weapon. You can get a stab in without getting Asuka. It's not like a dagger explosion or anything.
You're
No,
attacking without the intent to kill, basically.
Yes, exactly. I just want to just stab him. And be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, you want to wound him. Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so give me an attack roll. If the damage were enough to kill him, he will instead remain at 1 HP.
Oh, that's horrible. I literally
That-
just tap him with a dagger.
Yeah, that misses.
She missed and hit me instead.
She did use her throwing dagger, though. So, yeah, whatever.
All right.
Yeah,
Anything else,
it would
Callie?
have only been 4 in piercing damage if I would have placed it. So you're fine. It would have bounced off your armor.
Crit fail.
So I get huffy and take my one of my whatchamacallit, magic stones and throw it at the dude's face.
Oh. Misses.
Damn it!
Dodges that.
You're still an idiot.
After scolding the cultist, it is Zenzo's turn.
Would when the person next to me fell, did any of its like hood and stuff fall off?
No.
Would it take an action to do?
Yeah, you'd have to basically undress them to see who they are.
I'm gonna end my spell.
Okay.
And do I assume that we got all the information out of this other guy?
You really don't know about this. This is kind of news to you. You know that Lady Wachter was kind of sketchy, but you really didn't know to the extent or what was going on. So you really don't know.
I suppose it's the same. first time Zinza's actually angry. And
Ooh.
he's going to cast Magic Missile
Okay. When you have to hit.
at 3rd level.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Oh,
That's
he's
so
not
unnecessary.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, Oscar, if he fucks this up.
Oh
I
boy.
can't miss.
Yeah, magic missile always hits its target.
For 16 damage. It just
Cultist is dead.
Are we
and
out of him?
the happy joy on Zenzo's face is just gone, and he's just a grimace.
Are we out of initiative?
You are out of initiative.
I'd like to yell at everybody. What happened to non-lethal force? We could have taken them in and taken him to the Burgomaster. What? Why would you kill them?
We could take a corpse and explain
Yes.
where we found it.
We can't prove anything because
We
it's dead.
Calm yourself,
For all
Oscar.
they know.
Oscar,
For all.
calm yourself. We still have to deal with the mother, and I think she would be more useful to take to the Burgomaster than any of these no-names that even Zenzo doesn't recognize.
Maybe,
I want
but
to take off the hood.
we don't know him. We don't know who they are. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Can
Go
we
ahead and
take off
like.
their hoods.
Yeah. We all go and take off their hoods respectively. I guess. Who are they?
Being respectful, I'm just gonna rip them off their face.
No respect. Not like in that way.
Rip them
Um,
off their faces.
So, as you take off their hoods and their masks, Zenzo, you do not recognize any of them. These seem to be just random townsfolk. They're not people that you have had any dealings with, really. They look like maybe you might have seen them come and go from the house before, just as company, but they don't stand out.
Good.
Do they have anything on them that could have anything in their pockets, maybe?
Yes, one has a letter of invitation in their pocket.
Hmm.
Take a look at that, I guess.
From this letter, you see an invitation from Lady Wachter to attend the nightly book club. You see that she's talking about the Odyssey of Basad and how excited she is to finish this book and to discuss it and to meet her at a designated time.
Does that sound like a real book that I've heard of?
Give me an insight check. It could be a book. You're not sure.
Zenzo, where is your mother-in-law?
As soon as she's home. We didn't see her when we came in.
One other thing that you would notice, who has the high passive perception? Was it Callie and Fix?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Callie and Fix, you would notice on this chair over here, where there was not a cultist seated, you would notice a small book, a journal.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay, it's a journal. I'll pick it up.
Okay.
I was like, son of a bitch, another book.
In this book, it is a journal of Lady Wachter's. It's a journal of entries from Lady Wachter, rather. She discusses her attempts at summoning Basad with the cultists, her realizing that, or her feeling that she has not been successful, but having been contacted by something in Lake Zarovich. She does not
The
feel
guy?
like she has quite gotten what she wants, but she has received communication.
I think this is worth examining.
So, guys, this is Lady Walker's journal. There's been some talk. I'm just like pacing and reading. there's been some talk in this book. She has been contacted by something in the lake.
Well, that might be evidence that we need later on.
You have the bag of holding?
Yeah, I do.
I give it to Asuka.
Okay. I'll put it in the bag of holding. We should probably keep that flyer too.
Yeah.
Does it say when they were supposed to meet?
It looks like it is scheduled for 2 days from now. Or excuse me, 1 day from now. So, under the cloak of the festival, it looks like they plan to meet.
Does it have a location?
Bless you.
This cellar.
Okay.
And then to report to Lake Zarvich shortly after to witness the results.
Well, since we have found a lot of cultists.
As you grab this book and you all are kind of are all of you standing at each of the corners of these or no? Are you standing at the corners of the pentagram?
I guess we are.
We're pretty damn close.
Technically?
Yeah, you guys are completing the pentagram, pretty much. You would all those of you standing within the circle would hear something in your heads, kind of a giggle.
Absolutely not. I'm stepping outside of the circle.
Those of you who remain in the circle would still hear it. You would hear, "I didn't want to talk to her." You guys seem fun though.
I'm just gonna go around. I'm gonna start kicking at the circle on the floor, like trying
Who are
to.
you?
Wait.
Name's Basad. Meet me at Lake Zarvich if you'd like. I have a proposal.
I cast Detect Evil and Good.
Detect evil and good. Okay.
Holy shitballs.
Well, there's nothing here to you. You would not detect any pings from this because you're receiving like a telepathic communication, basically. There's nothing within 30 feet of you.
Okay. What did you guys hear? Did you guys hear a giggle?
I heard
I had more
nothing.
than a giggle.
What did you hear? I stepped outside immediately, so I wasn't able to hear anything else.
Well, we have been invited.
Invited?
To the lake.
By whom?
I gesture to the cultists.
Oh. What do we do?
Let's go take a fucking rest and go out to the lake tomorrow. We
What
have a
about
whole
Lady
day
Walker?
before. Huh?
What about Lady Wachter?
She's not going to get any further in her plans at the moment.
I'm not worried
But
about
if she
her.
finds these bodies and all this scuffle here, then she might flee or put up defenses.
She won't.
I'll stay here tonight to make sure she doesn't run off.
Are you going to be okay here? By yourself?
I don't see why not.
They could put 1 + 1 together and think that you're the one who did this.
As you have this conversation in the background, you can faintly hear a dinner bell ringing.
Zenzo, Mitsa, and Fix
Fix.
need to go back upstairs and act
We'll,
like
we'll,
nothing
we'll exit
happened.
out the other way. Yeah.
We'll meet you.
Yeah.
I'll wait out the front door, invisible. The
I
other.
think we all need to go out that way. We'll come in the back door.
Yeah.
I don't want to come up the secret door. For
But
no
didn't-
reason.
Did anybody see you come in here? Remember, I wasn't here when you guys came down. I don't know.
Okay. Well, whatever Senzo feels is probably going to be most normal for his household. I feel.
I think we should go back to.
The rest of us, all three of us, Callie, myself, and
I think we should go back to Danica's place and regroup and decide from there. We can discuss this And then Zenzo can come back here if he feels it's necessary.
Well, they're expecting me, Mitsa, and Fix for dinner.
Okay, so y'all go in for dinner from the back door, like y'all are outside just looking at whatever.
Use the thaumaturgy in case you need to call us. We'll be outside for a little bit until we see you guys exit out safely.
Thank you.
You know I've got your back.
Oh. We stepped outside. Yes.
Yeah, we'll go up through the cellar, shut the cellar, and I will shut the door that was in the cultist room. Till
Okay.
we leave. And then we'll head up outside and in through the back door.
We'll pretend this debris over here is a tree.
Okay. So you go back in. Excuse me. You go back inside and let me. All right. So as you come inside, you're greeted. You're greeted by David. Well, you come in through the back door. Do. As you approach into the living room, you are greeted by Lady Fiona Wachter herself. She says, "Hello, Zenzo. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a couple of days."
Hello, Mother. We were out of... I was out of town. I met some new friends, and we've been helping out people, I guess you could say. Rescued someone's daughter the other day. She almost drowned, sadly, but we managed to save her life.
Oh, wonderful. Well, I'm very glad to hear that you were able to save somebody's life. You know how I detest death. Shall we have dinner?
Of course. My friends and I, we had something before we came. We didn't want to impose. So I let Donovan know.
Light
cook.
portion.
Light portion. We appreciate the hospitality, though.
If you're not able to stay, I can have David send you away with a doggy bag. I would hate to see you go hungry. You're always so thin.
No, I always speak so highly of you. It would be nice to have my friends get to know you at least for a little bit.
Well, take a seat then, shall we? Around the table.
Talk about awkward dinner.
Lady Lady Wachter kind of chimes the dinner bell again. She says, "Boys, come down here." Alright, and she calls down Carl and Nikolai.
Oh, really? Oh, they look the same. Okay, I was like...
They're twins.
This
They're
one's
not.
Carl, this one's Nikolai.
Oh, hello, girl. Hello, Nikolai.
They look at you like, "Hey."
Good
Well-
to see you guys again. Hope things have been well.
"Yeah, been okay." David comes in, serves your portion. "Carl, Nikolai, here you go. Jumbo portions as usual." Serves Fix, Mitsa, and Asuka the child's portion, and my lady, your salad as always. Can I bring anybody anything else? Any beverages? Sauces?
Have some wine, please.
Okay. She goes back and she grabs some of the Red Dragon Crush that wine that is now readily available thanks to your efforts, and fills Zenzo's glass. Bless you. Would anybody else like a glass?
Well, if our hosts will be having wine, I will partake to be polite.
She pours into Mitsa's glass, and my lady, I know, as always, the double pour.
I love it. The salad and the double wine. Just
Thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Please enjoy your meal. Let me know if you need anything else. She goes back into the kitchen.
I'll just start eating.
Lady Walker kind of looks up. Zenzo, why are you so quiet this evening? What's the matter?
Well, we're heading out of town here. Down south, pretty high into the mountains, where um, there's a woman trapped in some old mine. I look at Mitsa, and just trying to do your part, right? Still looking for a way to get out of this hellhole, but your house is lovely, and I appreciate you letting me stay.
Well, I certainly don't want you to leave. I know my daughter was quite fond of you.
Well, I am still faithful. I have no intentions of leaving her high and dry.
We see Lady Walker kind of brush away a tear really quickly. I wish she was herself.
You will one day. Again, don't worry. I'm looking.
Yes.
I'm.
Go ahead.
No, I just stout her off.
Lady Walker says, "Well, it was lovely to meet all of you. I think I really must go lie down. I'm rather tired suddenly."
You're not falling ill, are you?
Just sad. Well,
to have lost a daughter, it is never easy. And if there is any way that we can help Zenzo in his quests to aid her, we will do everything that we can.
thank you. I I have not lost her, but in a sense I have. I've lost her to a madness, and I've not been able to speak to her in some time.
Well, there's still hope for her then, and we will do our best.
Thank you. And I must lie down now. Thank you all for visiting, and don't be strangers now. And she just kind of boop, 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 goes upstairs to bed.
Does she actually go upstairs?
Yeah.
Come. So, Carl, how you doing?
Doing good. You?
Good, good.
Good.
Anything new?
Chicken's pretty good, huh?
Yes. The food is wonderful.
What's the brother's name?
As always.
Nikolai.
No, this is. I'm talking to Carl.
I'm across the table.
Separate you two.
Mhm.
Well,
How's work?
It's work, you know.
I don't know what they do.
Handed a spoon.
I don't think they
Work?
they don't have a they're socialites. They get paid for a living.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, just looking cute, making
So-
people like me.
Yeah, no, I get it. I do my
So-
best in front of an audience.
Nikolai, was it?
The other brother looks up like, huh? Yeah.
Any special interests of your own?
Mm, no, not really. What about you? What do you like?
Well, and I will hold out just a small semi-precious stone that I've been kind of polishing and cutting, and I will hold it out to him and say, "Well, I find myself in my spare time, I am a gem crafter, and it is a wonderful pastime that keeps me busy on these cold nights sometimes."
Oh, that's cool. That's a nice gem. These boys are dumb.
Would you like it?
I am the brains of the family.
Oh, you're giving it to me?
If you would like it.
Oh, hell yeah! And he puts it in his pocket.
How two himbos come out of that, I'll never know.
I mean, they're basically commoner stat blocks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then they finished up their food. They're like, well, we got stuff to do. Good to meet you guys.
Of course.
Okay, bye.
Have a wonderful evening.
Okay. And as soon as the coast is clear, like, holy shitballs.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna head upstairs for just a little bit. I'll meet you guys at the inn.
And with a softness that Nitsa hasn't been displaying to Zenzo. Alright, darling. See you later.
What are you doing upstairs?
Come, Fix. Come.
Don't
Yeah,
forget your
I'll,
shoes.
like, gently drag him back to get our shoes.
Oh fuck, we went in the basement without our shoes on.
Your feet are dirty.
Uh-huh. Socks are bloody. Knees are weak. Mom's spaghetti.
Prestidigitation.
I'm gonna need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will. That if you do you have that?
No, nobody has it
Does
here
Fix
at this
have
party,
it?
I don't think.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, nobody in our party has that for some reason.
I'm getting guidance, not that.
I'm not a caster.
Well, not exactly, but kind of.
I'm gonna mage
Yeah.
hand to clean my feet.
Just brush them off. Alright, so we gather our stuff and then haul fucking ass.
Do you?
How'd it go?
Oh, okay.
Get back up with the group and say, alright, Zenzo is spending time with his wife. So let us go back to the inn and speak.
Will he be okay inside there by himself?
I believe he'll be fine.
All right. That's the point that we could stop. If you guys want to keep going, I'm good, but that's up to y'all.
I want to at least get to the long rest because there's something Ro
Yeah.
wants to do tonight.
Long rest sounds good.
Do you guys want to go past that or no?
Nah.
We'll get
Okay.
to
I
it.
think, yeah, I think we just.
Okay,
Call it
just
there.
making sure.
We
It's
took
a
care of
good
one of
spot.
the two cultist things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you make it back to the Blue Water Inn.
I was gonna go up to see.
Stella.
You come up to Stella. You approach her, and she just sort of looks at you, kind of turns her head to the side, licks her hand.
I'm just gonna like hold on to her, kind of like pet her head.
As you do this, she starts purring and rubbing her head against you. She looks at you,
So
just stares in your eye and says, "Meow."
sorry to keep a straight face.
I was doing good until I caught Mitsu's look.
So many questions, but we don't know.
I just kiss her on the top of her head and head out. Back
He
to
sort
you.
of headbutts you as you leave, and
I have been sitting on this player knowledge for so long. Oh. The madness is
Interesting.
all right. So, you guys make it to the Blue Water Inn. Zenzo makes it probably about an hour later.
Yeah.
How'd it go, Zenzo?
Good. I don't think she suspects anything.
She's your mother-in-law. How do you want to deal with this?
I don't know. I need time to think about it.
Take whatever time you think, but we need to get some rest. I think it's late, and we're gonna want to discuss about Assad and your mother-in-law pretty soon. It's tomorrow morning, though. A lot has happened today, and I think we all need rest.
Indeed.
there are still the matter of the coffin maker's house.
Also, yes.
Tomorrow is going to be a busy day. I think we should get some sleep.
Yeah.
And I'll yell loudly, for everyone's bars, the first round's on me!
Oh, thank God.
I'll probably head to bed when I get there.
I'll have a round and then head to bed.
I'll nurse it a drink, but I won't actually drink it. Like maybe half of it, and you guys won't.
Wait.
You can tell something's going on, but you don't know what. And then I'll make my way up to my room and strip off the outer armor. And I don't have my cloak anymore. But I'll pull off my boots and get down to just my leather pants and my tunic and wait until I hear everyone go to their respective rooms.
As Zenzo is entering the tavern, can I try to sleight of hand something into his pocket?
Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check versus Zenzo's
11.
passive perception. Yeah.
You're not gonna notice.
I
No.
can't imagine I will.
No, 25.
Okay. Yeah, you slip an item into Zenzo's pocket.
Alright.
I'd probably find it when I was going to bed, emptying out my pockets and stuff.
It's a note.
A note, you say?
And it reads, Zenzo, I am sorry for my boldness before, and I do hope that you are not involved with this cult in your attempts to help your wife Stella. know that in whatever capacity we can, we are here for you, and we will help you. With gratitude and sincerity, Nita.
I head to bed shortly after reading that.
And then after much carousing and watching the times go by and just, being a very large presence in the tavern, Mitza is going to give Asuka a wink and head to her room.
Bitch, I be gone.
Was Mitsa the last one downstairs?
Oh, probably. Asuka passed the fuck out. Mitza's still partying.
Sounds about par for the course. Once Ro hears Mitsa's door shut, she'll lean out into the hall to see if anyone else is coming, and then pad barefoot over to the Mitsa's door and tap on it gently to see if she's awake.
Intel.
Ro will kind of step into the room and shut the door behind her and lean against it. You can see she's holding something in her hands, and if you look, you'll notice she doesn't have the bands on her horns that she normally does. And she's fiddling with them nervously, and then, you do silver work, right?
Of course, darling.
I shouldn't be asking, you're tired, and probably
no,
drunk.
Yes, but I will always have time for you. Come, sit.
Bro will kind of move over and sit next to her on the bed, still twisting the bands between her hands, and then carefully she'll hand them to Mitsa so Mitsa can look at them. And on the inside of one, you will see the name Aliyah on one side, and then word lover on the other. And then on the other one, she would see the name Cassius, and on the other side, it would say mentor, partner, and lover. And Ro, after Mitsa gets a chance to see that, Ro would explain that Aliyah was her first love, the first person she ever cared about, and the first person that ever loved her, and she was taken by a group of cultists and killed for loving a demon. And Cassius was her trainer, the one who taught her to be a cleric and a healer, and he jumped in front of a spell to save her life, and Ro couldn't save her, and so Ro blames herself for both those deaths. Those are both deaths she should have been able to stop. And as Ro's telling this, she's tearing up, and then she hands Mitsa the ribbon and says, I need one for Alexander. I should have been able to save him. I need one that says Alexander and friend. Are you okay, Oscar?
Yeah.
I'm too drunk for this. Alright, sure, it will... Where do you want it to rest on your horns?
Just slightly below the others. I'll leave these with you so you can have them as guidance to see how they're made.
It is a simple band, it is a matter of placing how large it will be, and so I will very gingerly put them back on her horns and ask her, is this about where we want Alexander's band?
Yes, please.
Alright, I have the pencil. Hold on. I cannot write. Hold on, and I will tell her several measurements and have her write them down because I can't see straight. And I will work on this. It will take approximately
I made Oscar cry.
10 silver of 10 silver of materials to get enough silver to make a band that will fit around your horn in this way.
Bro will
So
pull out a small pouch that has 25 silver in it and hand it to Mitsa.
this will be good in case I am not satisfied with the initial um, version. It will allow me to try again. So I will work on this in the times that we have in the quiet times, as I have made the gems before. So it may take me some time, but know that I will be working on this for you.
You don't have to rush.
For
You
us.
knew him. You knew what he meant to us, and you know how badly I failed him.
I wish you not be so hard on yourself. It was happenstance, and it's unfortunate.
I had the scroll in my hand. I should have been able to save him. I should have been able to save my mentor who died in front of the spell for me. I should have been able to save my lover. She was killed just for loving me. It's all my fault.
No, darling. As tieflings, we face much prejudice and hatred in many parts of the world for our heritage. It is no, it is no, it is no mistake or fault of yours for allowing yourself to fall in love.
Yes, it is.
I remember my husband, he was a kind man, but it was a tense marriage, as it was difficult to maintain a household in the empire without upsetting the townsfolk. Every time, a baby was born sick, or he's saying, "Oh, it's the devil lady. Grab your torch and pitchforks." So, but you mustn't give up, and not all these things are your fault. So, I know that the burden, it weighs heavy, but you have us to help bear the weight, and I hope that in time, perhaps you can work on forgiving yourself, but I will do this for you.
I do love you. And Oscar. I wouldn't have made it this far into this mess without you. Don't tell him I said that, but
There is a part of his consciousness I'm sure that is aware, but I think it is more lively to just leave things as they are.
it's easier not to admit that I love you guys. It'll hurt less when you're taken from me, and everyone's taken from me eventually.
Oh, darling, come here. And I'm just gonna bury her face in my boobs. I just, motorboat her face. The tears going, and it's fine. And I'm just going, shh. Come, darling, get into your small clothes and just let us sleep. I am too
And-
old for this.
And fade to black.
Yeah, nothing sexual, but just shh.
We just completely ripped open a bunch of old wounds. Both of us are teary messes. I think I made Oscar cry.
No, I was just rubbing my eyes, but no, I wasn't crying. But I was like, yeah.
You wanted to cry to someone's boob.
Cry into their breasts of holding.
Yep.
That's where the tears are collected.
Yeah.
In a small vial. It's all a clever ploy.
See, Ro does have a heart. She's not a complete bitch.
Long
Does anybody
rest.
else have it? Yes, you can long rest and officially level up.
Yay, level 7.
Anything else, or shall I end the recording here?
Oh man.
I think that's an excellent stopping point.
That is. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for joining.